All right, Milan Puskar Stadium, Mountaineer Field. A capacity crowd ready to watch this one. 60,000 plus as the fourth-ranked team in the country. The Oklahoma Sooners coming to town to take on the West Virginia Mountaineers. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson, along with my partner Charles Davis, and welcome to Morgantown. Big 12 play starting for both these teams. For Oklahoma, they come in with all kinds of swagger. Their defense is terrific. And for West Virginia, they've been putting up some gaudy numbers on offense, especially through the air.
Let's start with Oklahoma, the fourth-ranked team in the nation. They feel the best about themselves, I think, in a season as they have in a few seasons now. They feel like they're back to being Oklahoma. Power running on offense and attacking, marauding defense. Now, when you flip it over to West Virginia, they feel confident about this game. They have been members of the Big 12 for 3 seasons now, but they haven't been contenders in the Big 12, and they are ready for that to take place. And for that to happen, it starts here tonight, taking on number 4 Oklahoma, and West Virginia feels good with Clint Trickett throwing the football.
West Virginia in the Big 12. They face Oklahoma twice and have not defeated the Sooners, but there's a lot of confidence swirling around Morgantown, West Virginia, because the Mountaineers feel that this is their night, led by that young man, Clint Trickett. It's West Virginia taking on fourth-ranked OU next on Fox. And welcome back to Morgantown, West Virginia. And this is Fox College Football and our game of the week presented by the Cree LED Bowl. Time now to join the third member of our team on the sideline, Holly McGrath.
Thanks, Gus. West Virginia broke a school record last week, running 108 plays against Maryland, and the same 5 offensive linemen played every single snap. Quarterback Clint Trickett told me that somehow his linemen got better as the game went on, and he said that he admitted that he uses motivational tactics to keep them going. He said that if they win and his linemen allow 1 sack or less, he'll take them out to dinner. Well, last week they allowed 3 sacks, but Trickett took them out anyway. He said that they usually go to a Japanese steakhouse on him, but the O-line felt that they didn't deserve that steak dinner, so they settled on cheeseburgers instead. Trickett told me that they got their money's worth and hopes to be fine dining later this week. Gus?
All right, Molly, thank you very much. West Virginia won the toss. They will receive the football. Perfect football weather, 74 degrees as we get ready to kick this one off. Oklahoma leads the series 4-2. They've won both games since WVU joined the Big 12 last year. OU winning 16-7 in week 2. Nick Hodgson will send it away for OU. Mario Alford and Wendell Smallwood back deep. And this one bobbled by Alford, and he'll take a knee in the end zone. So let's take a look as Clint Trickett comes on the field. 3 things you need to know.
All right, when West Virginia has the ball, Clint Trickett finally feeling at home, was raised here before moving away to Florida for high school, back as a Mountaineer and playing awfully well. How about Kevin White? Many people are comparing him to Larry Fitzgerald. Wears number 11, has the dreadlocks. I see a lot of Alshon Jeffrey in him at wide receiver. And how about Oklahoma? Eric Stryker, one of the free hitters, the linebackers. The big guys up front keep them free. They run to the ball, and they are playmakers.
First down and 10 at the 25. Trickett will start in the shotgun. Your referee, Dan Romeo. Clint Trickett, the National Offensive Player of the Week after throwing for a career-high 511 yards and 4 touchdowns against Maryland last week. And he'll hand it off to Shell on first down, the sophomore, Russell Shell. He'll gain about 4 yards on the play. Dominique Alexander comes up with the tackles. You take a look at Trickett's numbers against the Terps.
He was very proficient throwing the football, spread it around to a number of receivers, and created a number of big plays downfield.
Only Geno Smith has thrown for more yards in a game in West Virginia. Trickett to throw, under pressure, and sacked. Stryker, he's been incredible this year. Eric Stryker.
Stryker coming off of the edge. Watch him on the backside. He just runs right around the offensive tackle, Adam Pankey, number 57, and gets to Clint Trickett. Stryker, that's his first full sack of the season, had half a sack coming into the game, but he's helped create other sacks for his teammates by his presence.
Had 3 sacks in the 2014 Sugar Bowl against Alabama. His sack and forced fumble against A.J. McCarron was one of the team's most celebrated plays of the season. So a loss of 9. 3rd down and 15. Bob Big Game Stoops. One went away from becoming the first coach to register 100 regular season Big 12 victories.
Looking for his 100th win. I mean, how about that? I mean, that's just phenomenal what he's gotten done in conference play as well as out of conference play. Now, last week, Gus, West Virginia had a lot of success with their screen game. Wide receiver screen, running back screens. They want to test Oklahoma and see how well they scouted them and run a number of screens tonight and then counters off of those.
43-year-old Dana Holgorsen, the head coach for West Virginia. Here's Trickett. There's the screen you talked about, partner. Oklahoma ready for it, though. Shell trying to bounce inside. Does, but goes down. In Dulaway with the tackle. And that brings up 4th down and 11.
Now, Clint Trickett, one of the things that's been tough for him is that he doesn't have a lot of weight on him. Weighs about 175 to 185 pounds depending. And on the sack from Stryker comes up in obvious pain.
So West Virginia punting it away. Nick O'Toole. Sterling Shepard back deep. He'll start from the 28-yard line. Makes the first man miss. Gets positive yardage. Close to the 35. A 47-yard punt and a 5-yard return. 3 things you need to know when the Sooners have the ball.
Trevor Knight, their quarterback, he's officially the one. No more quarterback battle. He took care of that, and he has his best games against big-time opponents. Ask Alabama and Tennessee. How about the offensive line? A lot of experience there. Darrell Williams, their right tackle, one of the best in the country. They're relying more on power now and trying to move people in the offensive line. And on defense, West Virginia back to their identity, the 3-3-5 stack that they play so well. Carl Joseph, a playmaker in the secondary.
1st down and 10 at the 34. Trevor Knight will throw on 1st down, has his receiver as he throws a dart, picks up a 1st down as they get it to midfield. Deron Neal, the junior from St. Louis, Missouri. Knight 8-0 as a starter.
And a big play right away for Oklahoma, so they're going to go quickly on offense.
And this is a trademark. Shepard in the flats and across into West Virginia territory. And that is Wes Tonkery coming up with the tackle.
You're already seeing the improvement in Trevor Knight and the trust that Oklahoma has in him as their quarterback. They come out throwing rather than trying to establish the run on the first 2 snaps.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 at the 48-yard line, opening drive for OU. Ross, the pistol back. And they give it to him straight ahead. Alex Ross, sophomore from Jenks, Ohio, Oklahoma rather. That brings up 3rd down and 5, and the bell is tolling already here in Morgantown.
In the past, West Virginia struggled to get off the field on 3rd down. So far this season, they've been excellent. They held Maryland to 4 of 15 on 3rd downs last week.
Oklahoma is converting just 38% on 3rd downs this season. 3rd down and 5 at the 46. Shepard in motion. Trevor Knight will let it fly. Shepard incomplete, thrown behind him. And the West Virginia defense forces OU off the field.
If there's one criticism to Trevor Knight's game so far this season, accuracy throwing the ball at times. He has Shepard wide open. If he puts the ball on him in the right spot, it's an easy 1st down. Trevor Knight knows that that one is on him.
Jed Barnett comes in to punt it away. He'll stand at his own 40. Jordan Thompson, the deep man, at the West Virginia 10. Takes a bounce and will get into the end zone for a touchdown. So Clint Trickett went down hard on their opening series. He's a Florida State transfer, putting up huge numbers. Let's see if he can move the ball against the Sooners.
Our keys to the game for Oklahoma: take the third, meaning win third down on offense and also defense. They've done both. They've done it on defense so far, but not on offense tonight. West Virginia, protect, create, and believe. Protect Clint Trickett, their quarterback. Create big plays downfield on offense, and believe that they can win the game. And I do believe that they can do it tonight.
Keys brought to you by GoDaddy. Get your small business online before the end of the quarter. First down at 10 of the 20 for the Mountaineers. Here's Trickett. Play action, sets up the screen, Smallwood out of the backfield with some room. He'll pick up about 8.5.
And that's one of the counters to the screen game already that Dana Holgorsen trotted out tonight. A little ghost motion with the wide receiver coming around behind the quarterback. Fake to him to draw attention there, and then ran the screen opposite.
Second down and 2 at the 28. And they're handed off. Ran right. Smallwood again picks up the first down. Eric Stryker with the tackle. West Virginia offensively ranked 13th in the nation, 5th in passing, 77th in rushing, but they really want to pound it at OU tonight.
Want to be able to run the football, and they also want to be able to go a little bit quicker on offense than they did it all last season. How do you do that? Continue to make first downs as they just did.
First down at 10 of the 34. Trickett handing it off to Shell this time. Not a lot of room as Shell knocked backwards.
Give to Shell.
Dominique Alexander leading the way. First man to him, the freshman All-America and Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year in 2013.
First start he had in college was in the Red River rivalry game against Texas. Was he intimidated? I'd say 19 tackles in a game says no.
Pressed into action as a true freshman due to a season-ending injury to Corey Nelson. Second and 9 of the 35. Trickett with time, unleashes down the sideline, incomplete. Mario Alford and Dikeo Shorts, closest men to the football. That's Shorts, number 6.
Top of your screen, watch the action, because number 10, Quentin Hayes, gets caught in the coverage, and they have the play there. Because Hayes ends up stopping his feet a little bit, but Shorts can't quite get around Hayes, can't loop around him and make a play on the football.
Third down and 9 to the 35. Mountaineers need to go to the 44 for a first down. Here's Trickett, another screen. This time it's White, and White dives forward. It will be close, Kevin White. And he's put up some incredible numbers this year against Maryland, a career-high 13 catches, 216.
He's a little bit short, and West Virginia stayed out there like they wanted to go for it. Looks like they're calling him to the sideline to send the punt team out. So there's a difference right there, Gus, from what we've seen in the last couple years from West Virginia. You know why? They have a lot more confidence in their defense. In the past, they may have considered going for it this early because the defense was giving up such huge numbers.
Nick O'Toole sends it away. Sterling Shepard backpedaling. And he fair catches the ball at the 5. And that is a mistake. Should have let it go into the end zone for a touchback. But Trevor Knight, the young man from San Antonio, Texas, MVP of the Sugar Bowl, ready to lead the Sooners again. Fox College Football is sponsored by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Welcome back to Mountaineer Field here in Morgantown. No score. Oklahoma ready to take over the football for the second time. And our Mike Pereira, Natalie attired as usual. Hey, Mike.
How you guys doing? Fast-paced game you have there. You know, I've been watching it from here. Fascinating how the Big 12 last year was the first conference to go to 8 officials. And you really see why with that new center judge in the offensive backfield. He exclusively spots the ball. He gets it down quickly after every play so that they can keep pace with the offense of both of these clubs.
And he also helps with in the backfield to check out offensive holding. He can look at the backside, offensive guard and tackle. Gives him a much better view and cleaner.
First down and 10 at the 5-yard line for OU. Samaje Perine running, and he'll pick up a first down, give him some room. Perine, a freshman, they call him the Tank. And he picks up 15 yards.
And you know, most people, as you look at his numbers last week, he started against Tennessee, a true freshman, and grew up an Alabama fan, but came to Oklahoma because he thought the opportunity was better to play there earlier. And he was a big kid, young Gus. 8th grade, his mom had to take his birth certificate to everything because no one believed that that guy was simply an 8th grader.
Player down for West Virginia. Back right after this.
Let's check out the Nissan Heisman Watch as we begin this evening. Jameis Winston is not playing tonight due to suspension. I think Archie Griffin can rest easy. Won't be a back-to-back guy. Marcus Mariota may be the front runner at Oregon, or is it Todd Gurley, the full-grown man from the University of Georgia? And some other guys. Kenny Hill, another big day for Texas A&M, the freshman, playing well. Everett Golson has come back and meant everything to Notre Dame as a quarterback. And Bryce Petty missed a game, but look how he came back. 416 yards and 4 passing TDs against Buffalo.
First down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Ryan will stay in. Ripkowski, the up back. Trevor Knight, what they love about him at OU is that he can really run the ball. Knight gives it to Ryan. He'll look for contact, lower his shoulder, and get close to the 25. I have to ask you a question.
Yes.
Jameis Winston, I don't understand this young man.
None of us do right now, Gus. So far, it's very simple. Since we're in the context of a game, that young man just doesn't get it. We could go on all night, but he just doesn't get it.
Second down and 5 at the 25. Play fake. Knight rolls out of the pocket, throws on the move, and has his receiver, Sterling Shepard, got a foot in bounds, out of bounds after a 15-yard pickup. And there's the mobility we talked about with Trevor Knight.
And he was able to get all the way outside, continue to extend the life of the play, because his first option, Ripkowski, the fullback, was taken away by the coverage of West Virginia. When he extended the play, that gave Shepard time to work his way free. He moved his eyes downfield and delivered a strike.
Last year versus West Virginia, Knight 10 of 20, 119 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions. Now it's Shepard on the reverse, gang tackling at the 40-yard line. Wes Tonkery, first man to him.
But in a game like this, Gus, a good play, you need to be great. Jeremy Tyler, number 24, had a chance to take Sterling Shepard down approximately 4 to 5 yards behind where he finally went down. That makes it a great play instead of merely a good one for West Virginia.
Second down and 10, no gain on the last play at the 40. And they'll give it to the tank, Ryan. And he doesn't go too far. Helmets flying. He'll gain a couple, which will bring up third down and long. Carl Joseph sticking his head in there. And Dontrell Hyman will have to come off the field for at least one play after losing his hat. Third and 8. Knight over the middle, and it's caught. KJ Young, the redshirt freshman from Paris, California, with the grab, a 20-yard pickup and a first down for OU.
And OU's quickness on offense allowed them to catch West Virginia before they could get set on defense, and helped allow for the big chunk play downfield.
First down at the West Virginia 38. Ryan, the pistol back. They throw it out to Young quickly. And Young crosses the line of scrimmage, gets out of bounds at about the 35. Jeremy Tyler knocks him out of bounds after a gain of 3.
If things go the way that West Virginia truly wants on defense, that will mean that they've limited Oklahoma in the running game and made Trevor Knight beat them with his arm. So far in the early going, Oklahoma is willing to let Trevor Knight throw the football. They have that much confidence in him, and then come back to the run, hopefully when they've loosened things up.
They'll give him 4 yards, second and 6 at the 34. Dimitri Flowers, the up back at fullback with Ryan. And here's Ryan pounding ahead again. He gets to the 29. Samaje Ryan taken down by Wes Tonkery.
West Virginia better get set because Oklahoma has a habit on a 3rd and short of all of a sudden snapping up at the line of scrimmage and moving quickly.
Perine, 120 yards after contact.
Yeah, you made a great description of him, about him running to contact on his first carry. That's who he is. He runs to people as opposed to just flat out open daylight.
3rd down and 2. 5'11", 243. He's a freshman. Looking for 2 yards. He has it and more. And Samaje Perine is a senior at Hendrickson High School, rushed for 1,492 yards and 12 touchdowns. And as you mentioned, had offers from Alabama, Nebraska, TCU, and your alma mater, Tennessee.
Well, he chose a perfect spot for him with the way that they're going back to power football. That last play was blocked very well. When it's a cornerback making the tackle downfield, you've done your job with the line of scrimmage.
1st down at the West Virginia 26. Perine running right this time. Cuts it inside. And he'll be lucky to get a yard.
And that was stacked up very well by the defensive front linebackers of West Virginia. They took away all gaps and mucked it all up at the line of scrimmage. Well done.
11th play of the drive. It started at the Oklahoma 5-yard line. 2nd and 9 for Trevor Knight and the Sooners. Trips at the bottom of your screen. And they'll get it off in time. Knight wafting it toward the sideline. Incomplete. Not enough on it. Shepard, the intended receiver. Third down and 9 to the 25. Electric atmosphere here in Morgantown. OU, their band and fans well represented. West Virginia showing blitz. Knight fires, incomplete. KJ Young, the intended receiver, that one thrown high.
Looked like good coverage downfield by Jeremy Tyler. But on that play, it's a little cat and mouse, Gus. Oklahoma changed their play from the sideline. And when West Virginia saw that, they changed their defense and went to a pressure package. And Tyler in coverage, a little bit of a trip there with KJ Young, but a good non-call by the officials.
Michael Honeycutt 8 points away from passing DeMarco Murray for the Oklahoma career scoring record. This one from 42 yards away. And he drills it. So Oklahoma striking first blood. A 42-yard field goal for Michael Honeycutt. Sooners on top. 3-zip. Back to Morgantown after this. Fox College Football is sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Here's to a one-of-a-kind season. Dr. Pepper, always one of a kind. And by Progressive, making it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. All right, let's go to Greg Wolf in the studio for a Lowe's Never Stop Improving game break.
I know Charles is high on Matty Mock, so brace yourselves, guys. Final seconds, Indiana's D'Angelo Roberts dives in from 3 yards out. The Hoosiers upset number 18 Mizzou, 31-27 in Columbia. Guys, back to you.
Hey, thanks, Greg. Yes, I am high on Matty Mock, but how about Indiana bouncing back after losing to Bowling Green last week? And Bowling Green gave up nearly 700 yards on the ground to Wisconsin today. But Gus, East Carolina put 70 points on North Carolina today. 70-41. Coach Ruffin McNeil, he has the best college football team in the state of North Carolina.
Wow, they had that big victory against Virginia Tech on the road, and now they come back and beat UNC.
Again, beat them last year too. I mean, Coach Ruff's got it going there.
Certainly does. Oklahoma sending it away. Alford and Gibson back deep for the Mountaineers. Alford takes a knee in the end zone. All right, let's take a look at the T-Mobile game changer, Clint Trickett.
I mean, look at these numbers. These are video game numbers. 75% throwing the football. 101 completions already. Over 1,200 yards throwing the ball. And 408 yards per game. And yes, against Alabama in the opener. Game 3, a Big Ten opponent against Maryland on the road. He's not just piling it up against easy schools.
All right, guys, good, thank you,
However,
guys.
West Virginia with 22 yards on 2 possessions combined so far. Trickett looks the other way, and he has his receiver, Alford, who goes down at the 30-yard line. Julian Wilson with the tackle.
And at the end of the play, he actually ends up losing some yardage. He wins the route there, comes back, catches the football, and see as he circles back, probably end up losing about 2 yards, but a nice completion nonetheless.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4 to the far side. Alford taking his eyes off of it. And these two receivers, Mario Alford and Kevin White, have been compared to Tavon Austin and Stedman Bailey.
Yeah, a little bit different because Kevin White is so big, 6'3", 210 pounds. Tavon Austin, Stedman Bailey, much more of the Smurf variety, the water bug variety. But Kevin White, he is a big man out on the perimeter, and the way he goes up and competes for the football on 50-50 balls, he usually comes down with it 90% of the time.
Let's see if Trickett looks his way on 3rd and 4.
That's a nice matchup. Him and Zach Sanchez, number 15, the bottom of your screen.
Trickett. Far side, incomplete. That one thrown high, intended for Mario Alford.
Well covered, though. That's Julian Wilson, number 2. The former nickelback who moved the corner this year. They like his length over there at 6'2", and he's doing yeoman's duty. Had a 100-yard interception return for a touchdown against Tennessee last week.
Just the 2nd player in Oklahoma history to return an interception 100 yards. Joining Al Needs versus Kansas State in 1945, Charles Davis's senior year in college.
I think that was the year I had to repeat.
Let's check in with Molly.
Thanks, Gus. Speaking of crowd noise, you guys were talking about that earlier. Oklahoma's DN Chukwu remembers how difficult it was playing in Morgantown in 2012 and said that the atmosphere is incredible, but the fans are loud and rude. He told me that Coach Stoops has addressed this with the team, saying they'll have the crowd behind them, but we need to worry about us. It's up to us to create our own environment. We have to control this situation. So the Sooners trying to do that now. We'll see.
And Molly, thanks for that report. Another thing they're doing to try and control the crowd. Watch Trevor Knight. Sometimes when they're changing plays from the sidelines, he'll go up very close to the line of scrimmage to make sure the offensive line gets the call amidst all this noise.
Knight throwing, and that ball knocked down at the line of scrimmage, and it's Wachukwu. Noble Wachukwu, a sophomore from Wiley, Texas.
Here's what we're talking about. This is earlier in the game. See how he turns to the sideline? He's going to get a check. And look at him go all the way from tackle to tackle to make sure that they get the call rather than stand at the home position and trying to shout over the crowd noise.
2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line. Alex Ross in at running back now for Oklahoma. They'll hand it to him running left. He's bottled up and taken down. Downfield Hyman. 6'4", 288 senior.
And this is where West Virginia has made the biggest jump in their program in the 3 years here in the Big 12 on the defensive side of the football. Much more able to make plays now rather than just react to big ones happening to them.
Blake Bell, the former quarterback, in the slot at the bottom of your screen wearing number 10. 3rd and 13 at the 29. Here's a screen, and it's Ross looking for daylight. He'll get to the 35. Not enough. A 6-yard gain on 3rd and 13, and Oklahoma will have to punt it away. Edward Muldrow with the tackle.
Coming into this game, Gus, Oklahoma's been concerned about their inefficiency on 3rd down on offense. Just 38% coming into the game. Well, one of the reasons they're inefficient is they're losing on 1st and 2nd down. When you're in 3rd and 13, you're not going to make that very often. That's just too far to travel.
Jed Barnett at the 21 and a flag on the play. Looks like this will go against the Sooners.
False start. Offense, number 34. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Bob Stoops led Oklahoma to the national championship in 2000. And the Sooners played for 3 others under Stoops. What a coach. Jordan Thompson back deep at the 25 for West Virginia. Barnett gets it away. It's a beauty. Over the head of Thompson. And will be into the end zone for a touchback. Sooners with a chance to bury West Virginia deep. Barnett can't believe it as he delivers a 70-yard bomb.
Jordan Thompson could not be more fortunate by this happening. So remember, in college football, it's where the ball is. It's not necessarily the player, but in this case, the ball hits the goal line, thus it's a touchback. Last week, Jordan Thompson led a punt roll and all the way to the 5-yard line, and that's where West Virginia had to start their last drive before they kicked the game-winning field goal. He has to do a better job of knowing when to catch the football and when to let it go. He should have fair caught that one and not let it hit. Too much coverage.
From the 20-yard line for West Virginia. And here's the reverse. And it's Thompson. Oklahoma not fooled at all.
Boy, that was played so well by Geno Grissom. Watch him. You become what they call a BCR player on the backside. You've got to check the boot, the cutback, or the reverse. And Geno Grissom was never fooled, never came down the line. And when he stayed at home and turned the play back in, the posse arrived to put the runner down.
Mountaineers lose 2, 2nd and 12 for the 18. Trickett steps up in the pocket, delivers, and it's on the money. Nice looking throw and a good catch by Mario Alford. Julian Wilson defensively for the Sooners.
Notice in their early going, Alford is the featured guy. Kevin White, not really untracked yet. At some point, they've got to look in his direction.
3rd down and 1. And a run at Shell, looking for the first down, and has it. Russell Shell, stopped by Quentin Hayes, but he gains 3.
The runner was down by contact prior to losing the ball. First down.
And this West Virginia team, their coach is so happy with the quality at running back. They have 3 or 4 players that can step in at any time. Trickett, wide open, White, caught at the 30, 20. Kevin White, 68 big ones, touchdown, Mountaineers.
Kevin White working against Zach Sanchez, the best cover corner for Oklahoma, who's had interceptions in 3 straight games. He won that route at the line of scrimmage. A quick move outside, jump back inside, and then he was past Sanchez, and Clint Trickett put it right on him for the touchdown.
And for the first time this season, Oklahoma gives up points in the first quarter. They had outscored their first 3 opponents 55-zip. Not tonight. Walking around Morgantown this week, you could feel the confidence swirling. Dana Holgerson, he was so relaxed, easygoing.
Running into the kicker. Defense. Penalties decline. Score the PAT.
He was easygoing yesterday in our meeting. He had a twinkle in his eye, almost as if he knew something we didn't. Well, right now, Oklahoma's finding out. Kevin White, and the Fox College football game of the week is presented by the Cree LED bulb. We told you about how he likes Larry Fitzgerald of the Arizona Cardinals, the former Pittsburgh Panther All-America. As a matter of fact, after his big game last week against Maryland, he got an interesting phone call.
Yeah, he ended up getting a tweet where Larry Fitzgerald said, "I'm hearing all this stuff about this kid. Is he balling out?" And the answer was yes, to the tune of 216 yards and a touchdown against Maryland. And he looks like him with the dreads. He wears the number, but I still say I see a lot of Alshon Jeffrey in his game as well.
Alex Ross, the return man for OU. Now let's go to Los Angeles for a quick game break.
All right, thanks, guys. One top 25 team has already gone down in the SEC today. This is Patton Robinette to C.J. Duncan, 8-yard score, and Vanderbilt leads number 14, South Carolina, 14-0 in the first. Guys.
Is that the same Vanderbilt that struggled last week to put away UMass? Derek Mason in his first year as the head coach of the Commodores. They may be starting to put things together.
Mason coming over from Stanford, where he was the defensive coordinator. First down and 10 at the 31 for Oklahoma. Let's see how the Sooners respond. Knight underneath, incomplete. That one off the hands of Deron Neal. Trevor Knight, 5 of 10, 60 yards to start. Second and 10. Knight near side, and once again Neal unable to haul it in. Back-to-back drops.
And this is where it gets tough because quarterbacks like to show you confidence and come back to you after a drop. But when he comes back to you a second time in a row and you drop it, now there's a little bit of a hesitation. He'll have to prove to his quarterback again, worthy of being thrown the football in a tough situation.
Third down and 10 at the 31. Oklahoma 2 for 5 on conversions so far. Trevor Knight looks the other way. Incomplete. Sterling Shepard had 2 hands on the football. Broken up by Terrell Chestnut. And this secondary is without one of their best players.
Daryl Worley, their top cover corner, is suspended indefinitely due to some off-the-field activity. They dropped 8 into coverage on this play. Chestnut bumped him and then fell back into the play. Well done by number 16 in blue and knocking the ball away from Sterling Shepard, forcing the punt.
Jed Barnett will punt it away from the 17. His last punt, 70 yards. Drives this one. Thompson looking for a hole, and across the 20, get up to the 23. A 51-yard punt and a 5-yard return. Well, this October, history will be made as baseball's postseason moves to America's new sports network. Fox Sports 1 is your new home for baseball's National League Division and Championship Series, and it all begins October 3rd.
Clayton Kershaw got his 20th win for the LA Dodgers.
Well, he's got, I tell you, that Kershaw has some voodoo on the ball.
I mean, he's been dealing.
First down and 10 at the 23 for Trickett. He'll hand it off to Bowie. And Bowie close to the 30, gains 6, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter. West Virginia successful with the big play on top of Oklahoma, 7-3. And welcome back to the Fox College Football Game of the Week presented by the Cree LED bulb. West Virginia with a 73 lead over Oklahoma as we take a look at the Cree game summary.
First time this year, both teams failed to score on their opening drives. And then Kevin White with the big strike. Clint Trickett finding him for a 68-yard touchdown. And West Virginia's offense, look at the first 3 drives, 28 yards total. The last drive, 80. The payoff being Trickett to Kevin White, 68 big ones.
There's White lining up, 2nd and 4 at the 29. Smallwood and Bowie in the split backfield. Smallwood in motion. Bowie will run it. And a flag on the play.
Holding. Offense. Number 65. 5-yard penalty. Second out.
It's Tyler Arlowski, their sophomore starting center.
Dana Holgerson trying to erase the memories of a 4-8 season last year. And Oklahoma jumps offside. Charles Tapper, the junior from Baltimore.
That's against OU. That's maddening for their defense. They were just handed a gift with the penalty to set themselves up in good shape. And they're going to hand them back easy yardage if that's the call.
Mike Stoops, a kinder.
Offside. Defense, number 91, moved into the neutral zone, causing the offense to react. 5-yard penalty, second down.
And Charles, Mike Stoops, a kinder, gentler Mike Stoops this year.
Yeah, when they're attacking and winning on defense, he's definitely going to be kinder and gentler. He sees a few more penalties like that. We'll see the Mike Stoops.
2nd and 7 at the 26. Trickett to throw. Underneath, Alford with the catch and room. Alford jitterbugging, and he'll get to the 44-yard line. Ahmad Thomas finally brings him down after a 17-yard gain.
And they would like to go fast, but Mario Alford is still down on the ground. I think he had the wind knocked out of him on the tackle after the play. But what was impressive to me on that throw from Trickett to Alford, Gus, is the timing, how they timed it up. And that ball was just darted to him. And he ends up falling on the football, I believe, and knocking the air out of him.
Morgantown is a city of 30,000, nestled along the banks of the Monongahela River. Home to West Virginia University, the largest institution of higher education in the state. Morgantown is the medical, commercial, and cultural focal point of the region. And their football team is pretty good. That's the new Mountaineer, Michael Garcia. They say he's got to work on that beard, though. It's a little patchy.
He looks like he's putting the time in. I wonder if he's got a little miracle grow in there. Try and help it out.
First down to 10 at the 43.
Gus, you know
Yes.
what I'm thinking here? At some point, come back to Kevin White and check Zach Sanchez's confidence on the corner after that big play.
They hand it off to Andrew Bowie, who spins. Crosses the 45 up to the 47. Zach Sanchez with the tackle. And Alford went out. He fell on the ball, got the wind knocked out of him, as you mentioned, Charles, and he's fine.
It's good news for West Virginia.
2nd and 6 at the 47 after the 4-yard pickup. Clint Trickett, 7 of 10, 121 yards and a touchdown. Trickett, the throw. And incomplete. K.J. Myers, closest man to the ball. And it took Clint, the Florida State transfer, some time to really grasp this offense.
Well, he came in as a transfer last year and got there not too long before camp. So it's hard to just jump in and assimilate yourself into an offense quickly. Took some time, but now he's had a full off season. The season he played last year, firm control of the offense now.
Started 7 of the last 9 games last season. And incomplete. Pressure being applied to Trickett by the Sooner defense. Vernon Davis Jr., the intended receiver.
Boy, they supported themselves so well on that play. Talk about Oklahoma. The front supplied the pressure that you just talked about. And then the back end supplied the coverage. Jordan Evans, number 26 linebacker, a high school safety, showed off his coverage skills. Stayed at home and was right there in the area in case the ball was accurately thrown.
Nick O'Toole to punt. Sterling Shepard, the deep man, he'll have to come up. Let it bounce over his head, and West Virginia covers it perfectly. Down at the 4. A 48-yard punt. 7-3, West Virginia, but here come the Sooners. Fox College Football is sponsored by KFC, the world's best chicken. How do you KFC? And by Allstate, are you in good hands?
Let's look at the AP top 5 teams as we started this week. Auburn, number 5. They won at Kansas State Thursday night. Oklahoma, you're watching now. Alabama dealing with Florida today. Oregon, they fly. And Florida State, no Jameis Winston, but still a favorite. And these were my power rankings coming into the week. Bama at 5. Oklahoma at 4. Auburn at 3. Oregon at 2 and Florida State at 1. And I got to tell you, Gus, I've been toying for the last 2 weeks about Oregon moving ahead of Florida State. Oregon has the best win of the college season to me so far, beating a top 10 Michigan State at home in the 2nd week of the season.
Trevor Knight started his game 4 for 5. Just 1 for 7 since. He'll start from his own 13. They respotted the football. It was touched earlier. Here's Knight to the far side, incomplete. That one thrown high, out of the reach of Deron Neal. Trevor Knight, the 2014 Sugar Bowl MVP, after throwing for 348 yards and 4 touchdowns in the Sooners' 45-31 win over Alabama.
See the official stepping in there. Mike Perry talked about that extra official. He stepped in over the ball because Oklahoma substituted and wanted to allow West Virginia a chance to sub as well. 2nd and 10. They'll drop it off to Alex Ross. And Ross met as he crosses the line of scrimmage by Tonkery. Wes Tonkery, we've called his name a whole lot to start this game. Yeah, he didn't play at Maryland last week due to an injury, and he's back, and he's playing awfully well. Look at the coverage there. Brandon Golson, number 2, the linebacker, meets Alex Ross and gives no ground. And then here comes Tonkery. Kwiatkowski, number 35. 3rd and 7 at the 16. Knight in trouble. Scrambling. Knight. And he gets rid of it. On 3rd down and 7, OU will punt it away. Blake Bell, closest man to the ball. West Virginia is winning the early downs against Oklahoma. 1st and 2nd down, which allows them to bring pressure on 3rd down. And you see there, a free runner there, Edward Muldrow, number 20, the linebacker, coming up the middle, forcing Knight to use his wheels to get outside and throw the ball away to avoid the sack and loss of yardage. West Virginia with a chance to get terrific field position. Jordan Thompson at his own 40-yard line. Jed Barnett, he's been punting it well. Gets it away. And this one fair caught at the 46. A 38-yard punt. 7-3. West Virginia with the lead and the ball right after this.
Coming up on the AT&T halftime, how's Florida State doing without Jameis Winston? No quarterback issues at Alabama today, and the Big Ten pulls off an SEC upset. We'll see you at the break.
Man, who's the haberdasher for Rob Stone?
I don't know, Rob Stone. I'm jealous now. Last week he had on pink. Now he's got on the regal purple.
and look at the KFC quarterback comparison. Trevor Knight started hot. It's cooled off a little bit. Clint Trickett heating up as the game goes along, highlighted by the 68-yard touchdown strike to Kevin White.
So 1st down for Trickett and the Mountaineers at their own 45. They hand it off to Shell, who gets through the hole, gets to midfield, and to the Oklahoma 49, and Dulaway with the tackle.
I think so far early in this game, West Virginia is running the football well enough to be effective and open things up for Trickett throwing the football.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4. Trickett rifles one, and that's White, breaks away, and out of bounds at the 32.
And who is that out there covering?
Sanchez.
I would keep testing him right now because a corner has to have a short memory, right? Got to snap back and go to the next play. But sometimes after big plays happen, it's hard to snap back. Remember, Sanchez is playing with a very sore shoulder. He dislocated it against Tulsa. Sometimes it's hard to wrap up and tackle when you're playing with a bad shoulder.
He was a freshman All-America in 2013. Trickett lofting one up the sideline. Alfred there! Julian Wilson covering.
I think the length of Julian Wilson took care of the end of this play at 6'2". See how he gets the hand up? It's enough to get a little bit on the football, and if not, enough to distract Alford enough to knock out his concentration.
2nd and 10. Now Shell. He'll fall down close to the 25. West Virginia had 6 scoreless trips inside the Maryland 40 last week. 3 of those pointless trips were inside the 20. So Coach Holgerson's team doing well scoring from distance. When they get inside that 40-yard line, it's been a challenge. Now Trickett. Mario Alford, the intended receiver.
Good pressure, good coverage. I believe Stryker, number 19, was in the face of Trickett. He couldn't really step into the throw and complete it. And the coverage downfield, he had the safety right in the middle of the field, helping take away the crossing route.
Brings on Josh Lambert, who kicked the game-winning 47-yard field goal as time expired at Maryland. The second game winner of his career. This one from 44 yards away. Perfect. But a flag on the play.
Do we have someone run into the kicker, or are we going to have another?
Offense, number 89. 10-yard penalty, 4th down.
Well, that should be an offensive lineman, Russell Houghton James, wearing number 89. He comes in the heavy sets. He's right over here. See, he's trying to block one and get an arm out in the other, and it's a blatant grab of Zach Sanchez. Well done by the official spotting it, because what they teach you is to bump inside and secure that and just at least extend an arm and try and take away a little timing of the rusher. He reached out and grabbed cloth, and that cost him. Points off the board now for West Virginia.
So they're going to try this field goal from about 55 yards away. His career long is 50.
They think his range is up to 60. Last year he played with a sore groin and didn't have that range. They say he's fully healthy now.
From 54 they call it. Lambert drills it.
Good! Wow! He does have range. He may have been able to kick that from 65. West Virginia playing with great precision and energy. On top of the Sooners, and Coach Holgorsen will take it.
Fox College Football is sponsored by AT&T, mobilizing your world. By Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Josh Lambert, the sophomore from Garland, Texas, with a career-long 54-yard field goal. And Dana Holgorsen was funny. He said, I haven't talked to Josh Lambert since he got on campus, and we are going to keep it that way. I know his name and who he is, but I'm doing the hands-off approach.
Yeah, he wants to make sure he doesn't mess with the specialists. You know, it's kind of like talking to your pitcher while he's throwing a no-hitter. Leave him alone. He leaves that for Joe DeForest, the special teams coach, to deal with him. They've got a nice deal struck, and it's working well for both sides. Josh Lambert, they found him at a kicking camp, Chris Saylor kicking camp that he won in that competition, and they offered him a scholarship and brought him to Morgantown.
Second longest field goal in West Virginia history. Paul Woodside in 1984 versus Louisville had a 55-yarder.
Big drive coming up for Oklahoma, Gus. They've got to start winning on 1st and 2nd down. Their last 4 drives, their average third down yards to go, close to 8 yards. And they haven't picked up any of them.
This one into the back of the end zone. Alex Ross will stay there. Now, college football on Fox Sports 1 returns Thursday. Huge Pac-12 showdown between undefeated teams as the 12th-ranked UCLA Bruins head to Tempe to take on 15th-ranked Arizona State. Coverage begins Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
It's a monster game. Now, we know that Taylor Kelly, the Arizona State quarterback's out with a foot injury. Do we know yet about Brett Hundley, who we saw hurt his elbow against Texas? I know Jim Moore, the head coach, says, I'll let you know at game time in Tempe whether he's going to play or not.
Trevor Knight, 6 of 15, 63 yards. P. Ryan, the pistol back right behind him. And Knight to throw. Nice throw. Shepard with a great catch. And Sterling Shepard gets inside West Virginia territory. Terrell Chestnut with the tackle after the 31-yard pickup.
Look at Shepard to the outside, runs a post corner, and really sells it inside and leaves Chestnut behind. and a nice throw from Trevor Knight. So how do you win on third down? You don't get to it. You win big on first down and avoid the whole thing.
From the West Virginia 44, first down, Oklahoma. Perine with room, and here comes the tank. Samaje Perine out of bounds. At the West Virginia 5, Carl Joseph there to usher him out of bounds after a 39-yard gain.
Right side of the offensive line, and the fullback, Ripkowski, 48. You saw Darlington, 56, fold around from the center position to help create the opening. Ripkowski led him through that gap, and then Perine rumbled for the big first down.
First down and goal at the 6 for OU. Perine. He'll lean forward, and his forward progress should land him at the 3. And you said it, that for Oklahoma, this was a very important drive, Charles.
They needed to start establishing themselves again on offense. The last 4 drives, they didn't pick up the third downs because they were third and longs. Ended up averaging nearly 8 yards on third down. That's hard to pick up.
That's Chestnut down.
Well, so on this drive, they just avoided it. The big strike to Shepard on a first down. The big run with Perine was on a first down. They didn't bother with it. And you see that group of Oklahoma Sooners now? See Dana Holgorsen, the head coach of West Virginia, looking on. See what happens. I think that Oklahoma offensive front would love to just mash it in. I think that they would love to have that kind of a run and be physical, because they've been working on that for the last few seasons, and they think they're really close to getting it to fruition. You see Darlington, 56 in the middle. Deontay Savage, 77. Gerald Williams, 79. On the backside is Adam Shedd, 74. And Tyrus Thompson, 71. Starting offensive line averages 326 pounds across the front for Oklahoma.
Some big boys. Second and goal at the 3. Perine, he's a big one himself, 243 pounds. They'll give it to him, and he won't get there. Barely back to the line of scrimmage, Brandon Golson leading the charge for West Virginia, and it brings up third down and goal.
And for Golson to run free that way, that meant his defensive front stalemated Oklahoma. Excellent job across the defensive front by West Virginia to allow the linebackers to run free and make the hit.
Third down and goal at the 4. They're 0 for their last 4 on thirds. They swing it. Here's the reverse and the pass. Knight, touchdown! Josh Heupel, the offensive coordinator for Oklahoma, pulling a fast one. Deron Neal throwing the pass.
There's the toss to Perine. He pitches it back to Neal, and then Neal sees Brandon Golson coming towards him, cuts it short, and just lobs one to a wide-open Trevor Knight. He made sure he did not miss the layup, and Oklahoma may tie the game on this kick.
And they do. 8:58 to play in the first half. Oklahoma, tricky, tricky, tricky. Game tied at 10. Under 9 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
I didn't know the offense coordinator, Josh Heupel, had that in him. I didn't know Josh had that going on.
Well, of course we would.
Feeling it.
Of course we would, Charles, because every time we talk to Josh, he's the nicest man in the world, was a great player at OU, but he tells us nothing.
And he would say, as any good coach would, be nice, be affable, but they don't have to know everything.
Or anything, for that matter.
And Trevor Knight, his first career reception, goes for a touchdown. Oklahoma ties the game.
West Virginia ready to get it back. And Alford will take a knee. Your thoughts on this game so far?
I really like what West Virginia has done, especially on the defensive side of the ball. I know that they just gave up a touchdown, but for the most part in the first half, they've stalemated Oklahoma and put them in third and longs and have won that battle. Oklahoma got them on the last drive. But that's the biggest improvement in the West Virginia program, is that the defense can actually compete now. We were here 2 years ago. Defense had no chance of competing. Remember that Baylor game? They beat them 70-63, but they gave up 63 points. It's been like that all. It was like that all year for them. They're really starting to round into being a Big 12 defense.
Trickett. That one deflected and knocked down. And it's Gino Grissom getting a hand on it.
He's made some nice plays in the first half. Remember how he foiled a reverse by staying at home? And this time, his length gets in the way of the passing lane. They love that size of Gino Grissom playing into the boundary as a linebacker. Eats up a lot of space and has the athleticism to make plays, a former tight end.
2nd and 10. Here's Trickett again. Underneath, and caught by White. First down, West Virginia, as he gets to the 40. And the shotgun, a big weapon for West Virginia. And it's not easy for Trickett. It wasn't easy for him to learn.
No, because you got to go back in there, and the ball's got to be out of your hands quickly. Catch it, get it on the laces, turn it, and throw it. Not an easy thing to do. Sometimes you don't have time to get your hand on the laces. The ball has to be gone.
Grissom again, knocking it down.
And you see how Oklahoma, because he's so quick in getting rid of the ball, what do you have to do as a defensive lineman? You won't get to him, right? Get your hands up in the passing lane.
2nd and 10 of the 42. Here's the handoff to Smallwood. And he picks up 3 at the 45.
So far in this game, in a really key matchup, Kevin White, number 11 in blue, and number 15 in white, Zach Sanchez. Kevin White's getting the better of him. They're 4 for 4 throwing it to him for 111 yards and a touchdown when they aim it when Zach Sanchez is on the coverage.
White, the receiver, at the top of your screen. 3rd down and 7 to the 45. Trickett looks White's way. He's got a receiver open. Can he get it to him? Yes! At the 30. This time it's Jordan Thompson. A 25-yard gain on 3rd down and 7.
Good mobility by Trickett to buy a little extra time, and then he threw Jordan Thompson open, threw to a spot and made Thompson go get the football.
Trickett looking for Alford. Got it! No! Out of bounds. Mario Alford.
This is an incomplete pass, but how well thrown is it by Clint Trickett? Catches it. I think you got to take a look at that one, Gus. Because I think when he caught the ball, that first foot was down right there.
It was an incompleted forward pass.
See that? Ball's in his hands. There's the foot.
But he had control of it, Charles.
He's got to finish the process of the catch. Going through the end zone. I think they're going to take a good hard look at this one and see if that foot was down, because I think that foot was going dragged. Watch. Ball's going to hit his hands right there. Where's the foot? Look at that.
And Mike Pereira, our rules expert, joins us. Mike, as you look at this, your thoughts?
Well, you're right on target, Charles. What you're looking at is that left foot right there and established control, because if he has control, which it certainly looks to me like he does, then you have a touchdown. Ball into his hands, left toe still on the ground. You know, he completes the process of the catch out of bounds. I think you look at that, you have the elements of a touchdown. They're just going to have to say control or not.
After further review, the receiver had firm possession. The left foot was down. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Mountaineers. 30 yards. Thank you, Mike. Dana Holgerson, all smiles. Mario Alford. Clint Trickett. Now Josh Lambert comes in to attempt the extra point.
That's good.
7:45 to play in the first half. The Big 12 opener for these two teams. And what a game it's been so far. West Virginia leading the 4th-ranked team in the nation. West Virginia taking a 7-point lead. Clint Trickett, 11 of 20, 211 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. Kevin White, Mario Alford, 8 catches combined, 175 yards and 2 strikes. And look at that central casting smile.
How well thrown was that ball? Perfect. I mean, and Alford was hand fighting the whole way downfield with Julian Wilson. Did not take away his concentration as he brought the ball into his chest and got the foot down for the touchdown.
Alex Ross, Deron Neal back deep. And this one will not be returned. Let's go downstairs to Molly McGrath.
Thanks, Gus. Quarterback Clint Trickett told me that he remembers being a 12-year-old kid singing the fight song in the West Virginia locker room after big wins. And there he is. His dad, Rick, coached here twice, most recently from 2001 to 2006. And Trickett admitted to me that West Virginia was his first choice out of high school, but they're running a zone read offense and didn't offer him anything, so he settled for Florida State instead. He's looking pretty comfortable and pretty happy here, guys.
No doubt about it, Molly. And then at Florida State, he had to compete with Christian Ponder and E.J. Manuel. And with recruit Jameis Winston coming in, he saw the handwriting on the wall. What a terrific decision. 1st and 10 to the 25. For Oklahoma. Knight over the middle. Caught by Deron Neal. So that's a confidence builder for Deron Neal after dropping a couple.
Yeah, he came back with a touchdown pass on the reverse. That gets him back into it. And now they're going to try and move a little bit quicker on offense after the first down strike with Neal plucking it out of the air.
A gain of 13. 1st down to the 38. Near side this time, it's Young. And Young avoids a loss and picks up 3 yards. Wes Tonkery defensively for West Virginia.
Tony Gibson is the defensive coordinator of West Virginia now. And one of his goals tonight was to load up against the run of Oklahoma and make Trevor Knight beat them by the pass. And Oklahoma's noticed that on offense. So they're not trying to butt their head against the wall on 1st down. Seems to me they're going a little bit in reverse, calling the game, letting Knight throw the ball in the early downs because they know they're loaded up versus the run.
2nd and 7 to the 41. Here's Knight, sets up a screen, and he has Ross with blockers in front of him. And Ross gets the 1st down.
Oh, that was good patience by Alex Ross in the screen game because he caught it, gave a little hesitation move, and let Deontay Savage, number 77, get out front and throw a block for him to spring him for the yardage for the 1st down.
There's big Deontay Savage, 6'4", 343. From Flint, Michigan.
And you see Knight getting the call from the bench. Now watch him go down the line of scrimmage to make sure all of his linemen understand what's going on to help stay away from all that crowd noise.
Trevor Knight handing it off to Alex Ross. And look at the push now that this offensive line is starting to get for OU.
This has been about a 3-year process where they've wanted to get back to being more physical on the offensive line. They've gotten bigger and stronger in the offensive line. The backs have gotten bigger, too, that are running the ball. Keith Ford is not here tonight, their number 1 back, but Ross and Samaj P.
KJ Young. KJ Young at the 20. Whoa, he gets drilled. Lost the ball out of bounds by Carl Joseph.
He'll take the game, though, won't he?
A 24-yard gain.
Watch the end of the play. Get the ball tucked away, and there's Joseph, who's one of the most dynamic hitters in the Big 12 Conference, as he spins right into the shot and knocks it out of bounds. Oklahoma keeps possession.
1st down and 10 to the 17. OU wasting no time getting the ball down the field. Drive started 25-yard line. 7th play, make it the 6th play of the drive. Pirine back in as the deep back. They'll hand it to him with a hole. Breaks a tackle.
And goes down inside the West Virginia 5. Joseph with the saving tackle.
Remember we talked about he runs to contact? He doesn't mind dropping the shoulder and initiating because I believe he ran right over Edward Muldrow, number 20, who tried to meet him in the hole initially. And after that, just motored his way down inside the 5.
And you get the feeling he's going to get it again. First down and goal at the 4. Watch Blake Bell. He's the tight end at the bottom of the line of scrimmage. Pirine leans forward and gets to the 1.
I'm going to commend these officials very quickly here. They saw an altercation going on, and they jumped right in. And you're talking about Darrell Williams, 6'6", 329 from Oklahoma.
And there's an official that's down. He might have been at the bottom of that pile.
Yeah, that's the head linesman there. It's Rick Smith. Looks like they're checking his ankle right now, but these officials all the way down here, take a look. Looks like Tonkery 37, I believe, and Darrell Williams. But look at the officials jumping right in. They know this is a big game. They know it's emotional. And what I liked even more, I didn't see flags come flying out of pockets. Let's just go break it up and let's go back and play. You see the hand to the face there. It looks like Tonkery. And then Williams, of course, has a hand that looks like really around the throat, collar area. So they both gave and got on that play. And Williams has to go out because his helmet popped free.
And he's got a busted lip as well.
But I like the fact the officials were on the spot, got it broken up, and now we're not spending a whole lot of time throwing flags, calling offsetting, and having to do it again anyway.
Trying to walk it off.
One more time. Bottom of it looks to the left of your screen. Look at the officials arriving quickly. And right there, they rolled it right on Rick Smith's ankle, right there, as he was getting into the fray. But you notice he didn't stop. He's still trying to do his job, trying to walk it off now.
Tell you what, these officials in college football and in the NFL are some terrific men. Most of the time, they do this part-time with real jobs.
Yeah, they have full-time jobs that allow them to do this. Very successful, most of them, in their job because you need that time off to go and do this. But right now, remember, you have 8 officials. But I believe there's an alternate official who can come in and keep the number at 8, administering the game. The beauty is they also know how to go to 7-man mechanics, which is what you normally have done for years anyway. I hope they give him a good round of applause. He deserves it for coming out here and doing the fine job he does each and every week. Well done, Mountaineer fans.
He's in some pain, can't put any pressure, or weight rather, on that left leg.
So Daniel Scanlon, the alternate official, will come in to replace Rick Smith. Official's going to huddle, make sure their mechanics are all set, and off they'll go. And the Big 12 has an alternate official at every game. Not all conferences do that. Walt Anderson, the head of officials here, is also an NFL referee and refereed the Super Bowl between the Pittsburgh Steelers and Green Bay Packers in Arlington, Texas a few years ago.
So Oklahoma facing a 2nd and goal at the 1. Pirine, the freshman, 11 carries, 88 yards.
Would you go right back to him, Gus?
100%.
You know something, number 48, Rutkowski, the fullback, follow him. You might follow the ball to the hole.
Pirine, and West Virginia knocks him backwards. Wow! Tonkery, Rutkowski.
I think Hyman, the defensive line, really stacked things up and allowed those linebackers to be free again. First hitter there looked like Kwiatkowski, number 35. Tonkery, as you noticed, over the top. But that defensive line did a terrific job stacking things up.
So the last time Oklahoma in this situation, they used a trick play.
I think quarterback run game here. Maybe a zone read with Trevor Knight if they don't want to throw the ball.
Third down and goal at the 2. And a timeout on the field called by West Virginia. And Coach Dana Holgorsen of West Virginia has been criticized in the past for keeping his timeouts in his pocket.
Well, he says he wants to keep them mainly for his defense and give them he wants to use them when he thinks his team needs to regroup. He said on offense, I can regroup a number of ways by how I throw the football. I can spike it, throw it out of bounds, stop the clock. On defense, I need to use my timeouts.
Third down and goal at the 2. Samaje Perine, the lone setback. Smallwood in motion. Perine gonna get there! Touchdown, Oklahoma. The freshman hands the ball back. And what a push that offensive line got.
And that would be the right side. I would assume Darrell Williams, 79, got back on the field. Look over here. 79 is Williams. 77 is Deontay Savage. There's Blake Bell, number 10. Ripkowski, 48. Jordan Smallwood, number 17, a wide receiver. And that was power football, Oklahoma style, to get into the end zone.
Extra point goal. 3:09 to play, second quarter. They are battling in Morgantown. Samaje Perine. Smash mouth. Bob Stoops says, attaboy. 17 up. 3:09 to play, second quarter. West Virginia, Oklahoma.
This game has gone back and forth, and you're seeing poise on both sides. No one's really let down after big plays. They found a way to battle back. But West Virginia, I think, probably was a team that had more questions to answer coming into this one, Gus, based on past years. I think they're answering those questions very well here in the first half.
3 touchdowns in the last 7.5 minutes, and they kick it short, and West Virginia gets a fortuitous bounce and have it at the 44.
How about Oklahoma trying to steal a possession because of how well West Virginia operates on offense? See the onside kick, and you know something? He would have had a great chance of getting it, but his own teammate hit the ball with his side. Looked like number 25, Aaron Franklin, or was it David Smith? There are 2 25s listed. But watch. The kicker's got a great shot at the football. No one's there except his teammate's knee. Hits the ball, knocks it away from him. They were that close to being able to execute the onside kick. That was number 39, Nick Hodgson, the kicker, who would have been able to recover his own onside kick. And I apologize for, I don't know if it's David Smith or Aaron Franklin. They both wear the same number.
First down.
West Virginia fortunate there because they had him. You didn't see a blue shirt or a yellow hat in the picture, did you?
No, you didn't. Caught totally off guard, but more importantly, the Mountaineers with 3:08 to go and 2 timeouts have it at the 45. And this is Shell.
There you go.
No gain on this play.
So far in this game, West Virginia has 5 running backs listed on our boards. 4 of them have played so far. 4 of them have played and touched the ball or been a part of this.
2nd and 10. Shell again. And he'll pick up 2. Jordan Phillips, the nose guard with the tackle.
Be interesting if Mike Stoops decides to bring pressure here on 3rd and long, or will he play coverage because the ball gets out of the hands of Clint Trickett so quickly.
Kevin White at the top of your screen. Alfred at the bottom. They have been dynamic in this first half.
Mountaineers call a timeout. Game tied at 17, 2:04 to play in the first half. West Virginia facing a 3rd down and 8 at the 47.
Remember Molly McGrath talking about Clint Trickett growing up in this atmosphere at West Virginia? He's living his dream right now, playing a big game here at Mountaineer Field.
So they load up the near side with 3 receivers. Kevin White.
One-on-one to the top.
Trickett looks that way. Now changes his mind. Alford, a flag though. And this may go against OU.
Did he get there early? That flag came out before the ball arrived.
Julian Wilson defensively for Oklahoma, and it will go against the Sooners.
Watch it. Look, he's got a firm grasp right there.
Defense, number 2. Penalty enforced at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
Good eyes by the official. He had a hand on the jersey and had the cloth before the ball arrived.
So a first down and 10 at the 41. Trickett play fake. Alford the intended receiver, and another flag.
That's interesting because that flag came from the middle of the line. That wasn't on the play downfield, I don't believe.
Personal foul. Defense, number 91, blow to the face mask. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Charles Tapper.
Watch in the middle of your screen. There's Tapper, 91, right there. Just a blatant shot to number 67, Quentin Spain, the offensive guard of West Virginia. Wide open and easy look for the officials.
Spain doing a terrific job of not retaliating. Shell gets outside. Burst of speed and out of bounds inside the Oklahoma 10.
And he got help from his wide receivers staying with the block late in the play. They helped him gain extra yardage.
First down and goal at the 8. Shell. And he'll lean forward and fall down at the 5 as Jordan Phillips grabbed his ankle.
You know, when we started this day, Gus, I think there were 8 or 9 teams in the FBS that had not given up a rushing touchdown. As the day progressed, we're down to 3. Oklahoma is one of those 3, along with Notre Dame and Texas A&M, to not give up a rush touchdown try.
So West Virginia, with 1:20 to play in the second quarter, takes a 23-17 lead. And we've seen touchdowns on the last 4 possessions. Lambert in to attempt the extra point. And it's good. 1:20 to play. 23-17 Mountaineers. Now, we talked to the legendary Don Nealon before the game. He came in our booth and graced us with his presence. And he told us, he said, look, we think we're better than them. And schematically, he went over some things with you. And I guess Coach Nealon has a point.
The only place he thought that West Virginia might be a little bit behind Oklahoma was the down 3 linemen that Oklahoma has on defense. Everywhere else, he thought the matchup was excellent, and he really liked the matchup of the receivers against the defensive backs of Oklahoma. I'd say the old coach still has it, doesn't he?
Oh, he looked terrific, too.
Looked great.
Strong. And you don't play golf with Coach Nealon, folks, because he'll tell you he's not very good, and by the end of the round, you will be
lighter in the wallet.
If you still have it.
Alex Ross brings it out of the end zone. Ross with a hole. Ross still on the move. Down the sideline. How about this? Alex Ross, 100 yards. Touchdown, Sooners. Wow, what a game.
Look at the blocking pattern, and right there, look at the gap, and then he just runs past people. Deron Neal was there to be a blocker, didn't even need to throw one. Alex Ross had an 80-yarder against Louisiana Tech in the season opener, and now he picks up the extra 20 that he needed to go the distance.
So with 1:08 to play in the second quarter, Sooners with a chance to tie it up as Michael Honeycutt comes on. And we are tied at 24. 5 touchdowns in 9.5 minutes. Turning out to be a shootout in Morgantown. And 24 apiece. Charles, early on, this game looked like it was being dominated by both defenses. What has taken place?
Well, I think that West Virginia has hit on a formula of being able to get out wide with Kevin White and Mario Alford to make big plays downfield, and that's hurt, obviously, Oklahoma's defense. On the flip side, special teams just made a big play for Oklahoma, and West Virginia struggled on special teams last week against Maryland. Almost cost them the game. Oklahoma didn't even have to go on offense for these points.
A 100-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Alex Ross, and we're tied at 24. This time it's Mario Alford, and he'll take a knee. Let's recap it for you. It's been crazy.
Clint Trickett, 68 yards to Kevin White, the first touchdown of the game. How about a little reverse action and some tricks? Deron Neal to Trevor Knight. And how about a perfectly thrown ball? Clint Trickett to Mario Alford, and then Samaje Perine with the power. He goes into the end zone. And Russell Shell powers his way in for West Virginia. And then Alex Ross goes 100 yards to even things up as we head towards the half.
Remember 2 years ago, 50-49 was the score. Oklahoma seems like we're heading that way. Tied at 24. Smallwood. West Virginia with 1 timeout left. And these players may need some oxygen after this first half. Partner, we may need some oxygen after this first half.
I think everyone in the stadium does, but I would give Kevin White a shot here if you're going to throw the ball.
Smallwood outside. Let's get out of bounds and does to stop the clock at 40 seconds. Don't forget, coming up, AT&T halftime report. Rob and the guys. Jameis Winston not playing for Florida State. We'll see how they're playing today. 3rd down and 2. Smallwood, first down.
They picked up the first down. Let's see if Dana Holgorsen wants to take a shot now. And he wanted to just test it out a little bit, make sure he didn't make a mistake, but he's got a little bit better field position at this point.
From the 38-yard line. Trickett. Coach Holgorsen just keep it on the ground as he calls the plays. Jordan Evans with the tackle. 10 seconds and counting on 2nd and 5. Now Trickett to throw. In trouble. And is it intercepted? Yes, it is. That's Sanchez with the pick with 2 seconds to go. He now has 4 interceptions in 4 straight games.
And that's going to help him feel better going in at the half because he had a rough first half dealing with Kevin White. That pass was just airmailed. Clint Trickett on the run, overshot the target. Sanchez, nice hands, comes down with the interception.
And Sanchez now with 6 interceptions in the last 7 games for the Sooners. Zach Sanchez from Fort Worth, Texas.
First and 10 for Oklahoma. Ball number 32.
Trevor Knight with the ball at his own 32. 2 seconds to play. And he'll hand it off. Pirine. Still running. And that is the end of the first half. 557 yards combined and 6 touchdowns in the first half. And both teams head to the locker room. This one locked at 24. Let's go down to Molly McGrath with Coach Holgerson.
Thanks, guys. Coach, Clint Trickett and your offense look like they're having a lot of fun out there. What do you like that your offense is doing in this first half?
Well, I mean, we try to play with a bunch of energy and get excited about it. It's a great atmosphere, so it's not too hard to get excited about what's going on. Got to play better on the other sides of the ball as well. You know, every time we got some momentum right there, they came back and seized it from us. So got to get in there and make some adjustments, obviously.
Speaking of that momentum, Oklahoma stole it away with that interception, that return for a touchdown. How are you going to get that back in the second half?
Well, I mean, you got to make plays. You know, you got to make plays on the other sides of the ball. We're playing a really good team. They're a top 5 team. They're good on all 3 sides of the ball. We need to be good on all 3 sides of the ball as well.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
Back to you, Gus.
And thank you very much. 24-24. West Virginia and Oklahoma level at halftime. Now let's go to Rob Stone in Los Angeles.
Gus, Charles, Molly, thank you. We welcome you to the AT&T Fox College Football Halftime, mobilizing your world. Rob, Joel, Dave here with you throughout the broadcast. They've been talking about that 50-49 game 2 seasons ago in Morgantown. In that game in the second quarter, 35 points were scored. Today in the second quarter, 38 points. Coach, what have you seen so far from Oklahoma's offense that you like but might also need to be tweaked in the second half?
Well, it's a great game. We can see that. The 2 things that jump out at me is Oklahoma needs to move Trevor Knight a little bit more. They may even have to come out and do a little bit of option game with him. Get him on the edge a little bit more. On the other side, their defense. And the one thing, Trickett's getting the ball out extremely quick. You're not going to blitz him and sack him. Back off, play defense.
Trickett's played amazing football so far. You can't blitz an experienced quarterback because he'll expose you with those vulnerabilities that you create in your defense. West Virginia is for real. They gave Alabama all they could handle, turned it over 4 times, still beat Maryland on the road, and now they're giving it to Oklahoma, who had to have a trick play for a touchdown and a kick return to be tied at this point. West Virginia is a good football team. 24-24 at the break. Coming up, a rip of highlights, including Jameis Winston finding another way to baffle us, even though he's not playing versus Clemson. You've got to see this to believe it. And Florida had early thoughts of an upset in Tuscaloosa. Yeah, Blake Sims put those to bed big time. We'll see you in a moment.
And welcome back to Morgantown, West Virginia. Fox College football presented by the Cree LED bulb. Our halftime score: Oklahoma 24, West Virginia 24. Gus Johnson along with Charles Davis. Wow, what a first half.
That was a lot of fun for us. Not so much fun for the coaches trying to stop these 2 offenses, but a lot of fun for us. And it really felt like West Virginia was throwing the big shots, and Oklahoma did a really nice job of counter-punching. So as we take a look now at the 3 things you need to know about the first half. How about West Virginia? The first big punch coming from the Mountaineers, a 68-yard touchdown pass from Clint Trickett to Kevin White. How about this counter-punch from Oklahoma? Trick play, Deron Neal heaves it to Trevor Knight, the quarterback, for a touchdown. And then Alex Ross, just when it looked like West Virginia would go into the half up 7, he brings the kickoff back 100 yards, and we're all knotted up at the half. So we take a look at our Geico first half stats, a lot of things are fairly even about what you would expect. West Virginia winning the passing yardage, Oklahoma the rush yardage, number of plays, only +2 for West Virginia. Third downs, a big key for both teams. Neither one of them gaining a huge advantage in the first half. And in the red zone, Oklahoma cashed in 14-7, and turnovers have not been a huge part of this game.
So Trevor Knight ready to come back onto the field to start the second half to lead this Sooner offense. Deron Neal back deep. Remember, Alex Ross ran one back 100 yards toward the end of that first half to tie this game at 24. Michael Molinari kicks it away. And this one on a line drive will not give Ross a chance. Let's go downstairs to Molly.
Thanks, Gus. Bob Stoops told me at the half that his offense was struggling early, but they started opening things up. They started throwing the ball more. He said that return for a touchdown was a huge momentum changer. They hope to ride that into this second half. And I asked him if crowd noise was a factor here in Morgantown. He said absolutely not. His players are not paying attention to any of that. Gus?
All right, thank you very much. So here come the Sooners. Ball at the 25. Trevor Knight in the first half. His numbers. Perine over 100 yards rushing in the first half. Knight to throw on first down. Shepard with the catch in front of Chestnut.
We haven't talked about it a whole lot, but Darryl Worley, normally a starting cornerback for West Virginia, not playing, suspended indefinitely. Off-field issue, had an altercation here in Morgantown at a nightclub establishment, and he's not playing tonight.
Perine, first down, and more. Look at him push the pile forward.
Perine on the carry.
Brandon Golson came up, tried to plug the hole up with his shoulder, but just not enough.
He's one of those old-time running backs where you often say the lucky ones fall off when trying to tackle him. Just carrying people along.
Gain of 9, first down and 10 of the 42. Knight locked in one to Shepard with the step. And it is caught a foot in bounds at the West Virginia 21, a 37-yard gain.
Terrific concentration by Shepard to catch the ball and get a foot down. But how about the throw from Trevor Knight? Remember the touchdown pass, Clint Trickett through to Mariel Alford? That was a reasonable facsimile there coming from Trevor Knight.
So a first down at the West Virginia 21. Perine. 7 completions in a row now for Trevor Knight. Machuku with the tackle.
Second down and 8, number 19.
Second down and 8 at the 19. Samaje Perine. It's hard to bring this kid down. Carl Joseph, one of the best tacklers in the Big 12, got a clean shot at him and he bounced off. Four-yard pickup, 3rd and 4. Trips at the top of your screen.
Keep waiting for Blake Bell to be a part of this, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Tight end number 10.
Bell. And this is Shepard trying to get around the corner and does, and goes out of bounds inside the 10. Blake Bell making the transition from quarterback to tight end.
Watch the block when Shepard comes back across field by Perine. Right at the point about whether he's going to get the first down. There's the block on Golson, which allows him the corner to get enough yardage for the first down. Complete back, Samaje Perine, running it and blocking.
So a first down and goal at the 9. A lot of huffing and puffing now for the West Virginia defense. And that's the sideline. It looks like that's the reason for the timeout.
It's KJ Dillon, who plays what they call the spur, a combination outside linebacker, strong safety position. He had an ankle injury in the offseason and missed about the first week of training camp, but hasn't missed any time during the games.
From Apopka, Florida. Junior. And we'll take a quick break. 24 apiece. Oklahoma knocking on the door. Fox College Football is sponsored by the Cree LED bulb, the biggest thing since the light bulb. By Lowe's. Lowe's never stop improving. And by the Mazda CX-5. It's downright fun and confidence inspiring on a curving road. 24-24 here in the third quarter. Oklahoma, though, on their first possession of the second half, driving it all the way down the field on a drive that started at the 25-yard line. First down and goal at the West Virginia 9. Piron still on his feet. That's why they call him the Tank. A ground assault vehicle. 18 carries, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns for the freshman from Pflugerville, Texas.
Watch the line of scrimmage, how Oklahoma controls it and opens up a gap for P. Ryan to sprint through. Right there, look at that. Look at Williams locked up. And then he absorbs the hit and just moves sideways with his balance into the end zone.
Extra point is good for Michael Honeycutt. The freshman showing his dominance. Last year he was doing it in high school. This year he's doing it on the big stage. Fox College Football is sponsored by T-Mobile.
Let's go back to 2012. What a barn burner when this team here at Morgantown met. And we'll talk about that after the kick, because Gus, the real story right now is Samaje Perine. He's the guy who's a barn burner tonight.
True freshman, folks. 18 carries, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns, 50 yards after contact.
Craves the contact. Almost makes you feel like if there is no contact, he doesn't consider it a run.
So the Sooners send it away. Alford and Gibson back deep. And they'll take a knee. Now we flash back, Charles.
I was so excited about it. 2 years ago, right here in Morgantown, these two teams hooked it up. 1,440 total yards, 14 total touchdowns. Tavon Austin went from wide receiver to tailback. 344 rush yards and 2 touchdowns. And the game was decided on a pass from Landry Jones to Kenny Stills. And Oklahoma wins 50-49. You know, Julian Wilson is playing corner tonight for Oklahoma. You know where he played that night on their defense because they thought they had to play a spread? Middle linebacker. That didn't work very well. He's back out where he belongs.
First down and 10 at the 25. Russell shoved in the backfield. Here's Alford. And unable to hold on. Had it in his hands. Would have been a difficult catch. Mario Alford and Kevin White with some highlights in that first half. Clint Trickett putting up big numbers for West Virginia. 11 of 21, 211 yards and 2 touchdowns. Second and 10. Trickett. Over the middle. Caught. Alford again. Mario Alford had a career high 11 catches for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns against Maryland.
It's a first-rate job by Trickett reading the defense. He wanted Kevin White first, came off of him back to Alford on his second read.
First down and 10 at the 39. Shell. Nice cut. Gets outside and out of bounds. Could have been tackled for a loss, but he picks up 3. Ahmad Thomas, the safety, with the stop. And it looks like Russell Shell will head to the sideline. 2nd and 7. Play fake. Trickett. Near side. Alford with the catch in front of Julian Wilson. And the first down.
Trickett is looking for Kevin White, but on that play, Zach Sanchez had a nice coverage on him, so he came off of him and came right back to his favorite target of the evening, Alford. And because West Virginia substituted on offense, the official standing over the ball and allowing Oklahoma to substitute and match up on defense.
Alford, 6 catches, 68 yards. First down at the 48. Here's a handoff. This time it's Dustin Garrison, junior from Pearland, Texas.
And that's the 5th back tonight to touch the ball in one form or another for West Virginia.
Gains a yard, 2nd and 9. Garrison again. Garrison finally taken down. And when we talked to Dana at their facility yesterday, he said, you asked him the question, are you going to play fast? And he said, no, we're not going to play as fast as Oklahoma, but we're going to speed it up at times, and that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah, once they get a rhythm, and he said the only way you can truly play fast and be consistent is to make first downs. So here comes a key 3rd and 5 for them. See if they can continue to play at that pace.
From the 42. Trickett looking in White's direction. Incomplete. Good coverage that time by Sanchez. And West Virginia will be forced to punt it away.
That one felt like Clint Trickett was understood he hadn't gotten the ball to Kevin White in a while. And one of the few kind of force in there. Look at the coverage. Good coverage by Sanchez over the top, and there were a few bodies underneath. Almost like he said, I haven't seen him in a while. I've got to get it to him here.
Nickel Tool, 5th punt. End over end kick. Fair caught at the 11 by Sterling Shepard. So the West Virginia defense, they've been getting hammered by the true freshman Perine. They need to stop. Coming up. Oklahoma, if you discount the interception, they've scored on 4 straight drives, a field goal and 3 touchdowns. 1st and 10 at the 12. And the handoff to Alex Ross. They gain 3.
This drive is all about the West Virginia defense here. You just detailed what Oklahoma's been doing on offense recently. And the interception should be discounted because that interception happened with about 2 seconds to go in the half. So they didn't really get a true offensive possession. West Virginia's got to slow down Oklahoma on this possession.
2nd and 7 at the 15. And they'll swing this one out. Caught by Shepard. And let me clarify something. Oklahoma got the interception and they ran 1 play at the end of the first half.
Yeah, it wasn't a true drive.
Shepard limping. Shepard with his 3rd 100-yard game in a row. 3rd and 4. Knight. And incomplete. His receiver slipping, Sterling Shepard.
And you noticed him limping when he came up after the last play, and they put him in what I call zip-zap motion. One way, back the other. You see him going back out now. I wonder if that injury had something to do with it. He didn't have his legs firm under him, and he slipped down, unable to complete the play.
So the fifth punt coming up for Barnett. The West Virginia defense getting the stop. Jordan Thompson at his own 40. Barnett's been booming punts there. Not this time. Ball out of bounds. Around the 45, so Clint Trickett comes back. Down by 7. Next Saturday, it's a college football doubleheader on Fox. First, we come to you live from Seattle as Kevin Hogan and the 16th-ranked Stanford Cardinals take on the Washington Huskies. Then, see 7th-ranked Baylor take on Iowa State. Coverage begins at 4 p.m. Eastern on Fox and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
It'll be a fun weekend on our Fox family of games.
Yeah, we'll be in Seattle, the Emerald City, to watch the Huskies with their new head coach.
Chris Peterson from Boise State.
First down. Pump fake. Trickett going deep. He's got a man. White just couldn't haul it in.
Wow. Quentin Hayes coming from the deep middle. Let's see if he affects the end of this play. And he does, because he crosses through the sight line of Kevin White. He had won the battle against Zach Sanchez down the sidelines, but Quentin Hayes coming from the middle of the field helped break up the pass.
And one thing's for sure, Clint Trickett tonight is spinning the football. Second down and 10. Trickett again. The throw. Dances out of the pocket. On the move. Incomplete. Looking for Alford.
One of the things that stuck with me from our meeting with Dana Holgorsen was that he told us that he's able to call plays now with the same feel and confidence he had as when Geno Smith was his quarterback. And that's a big deal for the play caller and the quarterback to be that in tune and that in sync. In the NFL, that's when you think of Sean Payton and Drew Brees.
Third down and 10 at the 45. Trickett. Here's a screen with blockers. Smallwood cuts it back at the 30. And out of bounds at the Oklahoma 19. What a call by Dana. Evans with the tackle, but on 3rd and 10, they finally set him up with the screen and get 37.
And how about them throwing it into the short side, into the boundary? Orlowski 65, Lewinsky 64, Clay 88 out in front for the big play.
First down to the 18. And Smallwood. And you mentioned Drew Brees. And I know he's a college kid, Clint Trickett, but he throws a kind of a soft, catchable ball like.
If you're a receiver, you love him, don't you? Because you're able to snatch that type of a ball out of the air with your hands. You're not getting such a bullet at you, but you feel like you got to use your body to catch it, because otherwise it'll go right through you. It's a very catchable football, as you noted.
2nd and 9 at the 17. Bowie in the game now at running back, and they give it to him. He picks up some yards. Flag on the play.
It's a deep stable of backs, isn't it?
Yes.
Remember when we saw Andrew Bowie carve up Texas for over 200 yards in 2012?
207 to be exact, and 2 touchdowns.
Holding. Offense. Number 78. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
It's right tackle Marquise Lucas. It'll be him here. Seems like he's trying to avoid the hold. You see that? He's got one arm inside. He's holding the other one out to say, I didn't really do it. And I can't argue with the young man on that one. That didn't appear to be a hold from this angle.
Dana Holgorsen will agree with you. 2nd and 20. Deep drop. Trickett looking over the middle. And caught by White at the 19. Brought down quickly. As Amon Thomas grabbed him. He gets 10 back. That makes it 3rd and 10 at the 18. Trickett to Bowie. On 3rd and 10, Jordan Evans with the tackle, a 4-yard gain. Why do you make that call there?
It's a little bit of a surprise knowing what West Virginia normally does, throwing the ball. I think that they thought they could catch Oklahoma off guard and go to a power set in a situation that was screaming for the pass. And Oklahoma was able to defend it quite well.
Josh Lambert in to attempt a 32-yarder. He has already nailed a career-high 54-yarder in this game. And it is up and good. Dana Holgerson settles for 3 points. 6:28 to play, 3rd quarter, 31-27. .6:28 to play, 3rd quarter, 31-27. Oklahoma. A lot of push-ups. That's why those yell leaders are all buffed up over here. They do a lot of push-ups.
They do. And if you are the one who's being lifted in the air for all those different yells and cheers, you appreciate them doing all those push-ups. If you're the dad of one of those young ladies who's going up in the air,
That's right.
You're very happy those young men are doing that.
Molinari will kick it away. Jerron Neal, Alex Ross back deep. You don't want to give Alex Ross a chance to return one. Now let's go to Los Angeles for a Lowe's Never Stop Improving game break. Here's Greg Wolf.
All right, Gus, thanks. Let's go to Lincoln, Miami, and number 24, Nebraska. 10 national titles between these two programs. This is true freshman Brad Kaya finds Malcolm Lewis. 9-yard score. Canes trail 24-21 in the 3rd. Back to you.
A lot of classic battles. Most of them have occurred in the Orange Bowl. Big games there. Miami's won some national titles. Nebraska finally got them in the mid-90s, winning a big game in the Orange Bowl. A rivalry being revived.
1st and 10.
Oklahoma 21 straight wins when scoring 30 plus. They'll start at their own 25. Knight winding up, looking for Shepard. And incomplete. No flag on the play. Terrell Chestnut draped all over Shepard, and Shepard still looks like he has a hitch in his gait.
I agree with you on that. And the coverage there was tremendous. Watch Chestnut.
Holding. Offense. Number 74. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Chestnut. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Flag thrown in the backfield.
That coverage was so good that Shepard tried to go through the body of Chestnut to get back to the ball and actually held the jersey of Chestnut. That's what West Virginia was reacting to. They wanted offensive pass interference. They ended up getting holding against Oklahoma, so they got the equivalent.
1st down and 20. Pirine back in the game at running back. They give it to the big guy, and he moves. Ickey Banks threw himself under the chariot and made the tackle.
Welcome back, Ickey Banks. He missed the first 3 games of the season due to NCAA eligibility suspension. But he's been a starter here for the last couple of years. In fact, in that 50-49 game, he had the coverage on Kenny Stills when Oklahoma scored the game winner. So he came into tonight wanting to play well and get a little redemption.
2nd and 7 at the 28. Pirine, this time not much. Gains 2. Carl Joseph, Christian Brown wrestle him down.
I think that Dontrell Hyman, number 99, made the play that allowed the tackle to be made. Stood up the offensive lineman in front of him and slowed down Pirine.
3rd down, 5 at the 30. Trevor Knight with all day to throw it. And intercepted! Tonkery! Wes Tonkery has been balling out tonight, folks. And what a big-time pick. West Virginia has the ball.
Watch the coverage of Tonkery. This is a linebacker working against a wide receiver. See how he stays inside, forces the receiver to the outside, then runs underneath the route, locates the quarterback in the football, and comes down with the ball. A former safety who turned into a linebacker, his defensive back skills were on display there.
First turnover of the game for Oklahoma. Shell. And Stryker delivering a blow. Trying to help up Shell. Emotional game we're seeing tonight. Each team with the turnover. Loss of one. There's Tonkery. 2nd and 11 at the 48. Trickett. A laser. Intercepted! Quentin Hayes went up and got it. What an athletic play.
He waited one count too long, and then it's such a long throw back across field. It allows Hayes to come from middle of the field, to drift over, and then come back to the football and beat Jordan Thompson to it. Jordan Thompson's just 5'7". His nickname is Squirt. Quentin Hayes is 6 feet tall, goes up and takes it from him. It's a long throw, Gus, and when it's that type of a throw and it hangs a little bit, sometimes the defensive back can drive on the football, and Hayes did exactly that.
So 2 turnovers in 3 plays. Trevor Knight and the Sooners all back on the field. 1st and 10 of the 26. Alex Ross with a hole. Hits the sideline. Breaks it back. Still moving and down at the 39 of West Virginia. Carl Joseph had to hop on and bring him down, but it's a 34-yard pickup.
And after a big play like that, Oklahoma tends to go very fast after a huge pickup, what they call an explosive play.
Now Knight looking. Shepard!
Knight's pass.
And that ankle or that leg may still be giving him some problems.
You noticed that when he first got hurt, and you remember they came right back to him the very next play, and his legs went out from under him on the route. That little bit of that hitch was about all they missed by on that pass.
Shoe is untied now.
Tell you what, Keith Ford, the leading rusher for Oklahoma, who's not here because of a fractured fibula, he's watching his backfield mates play very well in his stead.
2nd and 10 at the 40. Alex Ross. And Carl Joseph again. Alex Ross is not a small man either. 6'1", 221, a sophomore.
These are not the scat backs we got used to seeing at Oklahoma over the last few seasons, are they? We've got man-sized running backs now for OU.
3rd down and 6 at the 36. Sooners have won 35 straight games with rushing for 200 or more yards. They now have 200 exactly. Knight under pressure, gets it away and picks up the 1st down. Young. KJ Young, the redshirt freshman, with a gain of 7 on 3rd and 6.
And it was edge pressure coming from West Virginia. Tony Gibson, the defense coordinator, brought the outside linebackers off the edge. And Trevor Knight beats it with a slant route to KJ Young.
1st down and 10 at the 29. Ross. Ooh.
Look like Carl Joseph, number 8. Listen to this.
2nd and 1 after the 9-yard gain, and now loss. Tonkery at the bottom. Kwiatkowski, though, makes the tackle.
The inside linebackers from West Virginia doing yeoman duty in the short yardage offense against Oklahoma.
A loss of 1, 3rd down and 2.
This could be 4-down territory for Oklahoma. Right here, the way that they're marching, I think they're thinking 2 plays if they need it to pick it up.
Now they bring back in the tank, Samaje Perine. And the Belldozer's in the game, folks, at quarterback. He'll run it, looking for 2. I don't know.
Depends on the mark. It's going to be close.
And a flag. Deontay Savage lost his helmet.
First time we've seen the Belldozer this season. They told us it was in their arsenal. First time they pulled it out. Six falling forward makes it a very close spot.
After the play was over, personal foul. Defense, face mask, grab the back of the helmet, hold it off the player's head. After this is the goal, 1st down.
Didn't give us the number of the player. Let's see if we can locate it. To the left of your screen, I think it's probably going to be right in here. That looks like Dontrell Hyman, 99, involved with Deontay Savage, number 77. Okay, and then nope, it's right over here. There's Savage, 77. And 97 for West Virginia is Noble Wachuku.
First down and goal at the 9 for Oklahoma. And a handoff to Perine. And he's taken down by Jalen Myers.
It was a good read by Perine, wasn't it? Did you notice how West Virginia stacked the middle of the line, started to bring the pressure right up the gut? He saw it and ran to the edges. Less bodies, more space.
21 carries, 153 yards rushing for the true freshman Perine, 2 touchdowns. He stays in the game. And a timeout called by OU. 31-27, Oklahoma. (31-27), 1:04 to go in the 3rd.
One thing Oklahoma has been very serious about is keeping Trevor Knight out of danger, haven't they?
Yes.
And he is so elusive. The quarterback run game is made to order for him. We have not seen it tonight from Oklahoma. Any running he's done has just been to get out of the pocket and elude danger.
2nd and goal at the 5-yard line. Perine, touchdown. 3rd of the night for Samaje Perine. And Oklahoma takes a 37-27 lead.
Watch the blocking here. You're going to see a little action here. Blake Bell coming from the tight end position. And look at Ripkowski, 48. Boom. Bell takes his guy out. Ripkowski goes opposite. And Perine through the gap into the end zone.
Extra point, good. 38-27, Oklahoma. Physical football. Old school Sooner style. The Fox College Football Game of the Week is presented by the Cree LED bulb. 38-27, Samaje Perine from Pflugerville, Texas, a true freshman, has had, I mean, just, I can't say the game of his life because he's just getting started.
To him, this feels like a normal night. This is what he expects to do. Went to Oklahoma because he knew the opportunity was there to play right away, and he has fully seized that opportunity.
22 carries, 158 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And you get the feeling that on Monday, when they really start chopping up the college football results, that a lot of people will be talking about young Samaje.
He will be discovered, and quickly, when people take a good look at what happened here tonight. Still a long way to go with Clint Trickett spinning it. You're never safe with a lead with West Virginia. That's for sure if you're Oklahoma.
Perine, the first Sooner with 3 rushing touchdowns since 2012. Now Trickett gets it away. Flag on the play. Looking for Kevin White. White with some words, it looks like, for Sanchez.
I can't get involved in the conversation, but I'm guessing he's telling him the only way you can hold me down is to hold me.
Pass interference. Defense, number 15. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
See, it's not just the speed of a Kevin White, it's the strength at 210 pounds. So you're contending with a wide receiver who can go over the top, run through you, run around you. Zach Sanchez is a terrific corner, but it has been a very difficult night in that type of a matchup. Sanchez at 5'11", 179. He was worried more about the jump balls. Kevin White using his body against him.
And they'll stay on the ground, Smallwood running.
I would think about getting the ball to Kevin White on something shorter. A little quick hitch, make Sanchez try and tackle. The guy's got a sore shoulder. He's had a tough night on the corner. I want to see if I can take that 210 pounds and use it.
He had a spectacular touchdown last week against Maryland on a screen. 2nd and 5 at the 45. Smallwood again. Breaking tackles. And he's close to the first down, depending on the spot of the football. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter with the score, Oklahoma 38, West Virginia 27, but a lot of football left. Welcome back. Our game of the week brought to you by Cree LED Bulb. As we look at the scoring by quarters.
Take a look at West Virginia. Wins it in the first quarter. Things jumped up for Oklahoma. Here's just where we are presently. Biggest lead tonight, Oklahoma by 11. Alex Ross with the big kickoff return, leading to 26 all-purpose yards. Clint Trickett in the third quarter. Not the numbers they're used to seeing from him. Let's see if he can ignite again in the fourth quarter. He led them to the win against Maryland.
3rd down and 1. Blade fake. Trickett looking. And caught. White still on his feet. Stiff arm. And a first down. A flag on the play.
First down, West Virginia.
That didn't look like a good reaction from Kevin White in the background. That didn't look like a jump for joy.
Wonder, though, if White on the stiff arm going out of bounds may have caught the face mask.
During the run, personal foul, face mask, offense, number 11. That's a 15-yard penalty. They still made the line to gain. First down.
Nice job, Mr. 20/20 vision. I mean, you nailed it. And he caught just the bottom part of the face mask of Ahmad Thomas, number 13, after he had run a terrific route to shake himself free from Zach Sanchez. And Dana Holgerson's like, really? And he'll see it on tape and see he got just enough of the mask to get the call.
Fans reacting to the call after watching it on the monitor here in the stadium. But they do have a first down. Play action, Trickett steps out, and he's hit as he throws. Loose ball, Grissom got there. Oklahoma says they have it.
And they do. And they operated from a tight formation to try and take this away. And Grissom goes past the block. Look at him throw Elijah Wellman out of the way and then knock the ball free from Trickett before he could throw it downfield. That was a man-sized play by Gino Grissom. He knocks the fullback out of the way with one arm, and with the other arm, pops the ball free. And it looks like Charles Tapper, number 91, for Oklahoma, came up with the loose ball. I mean, look at the set. West Virginia, tight formation to try and block it up so he could throw it downfield, and Grissom defeated it.
Gino Grissom forces the third turnover of the night for West Virginia. And Oklahoma with great field position at the Mountaineer 48-yard line.
Ordinarily, after a turnover like that, I'd like to see teams attack downfield. But the way Oklahoma's been running it, I'd consider just going ahead and trying to power it the way that they've done successfully in the second half.
Especially with Samaje Perine rushing for 158 yards. Perine. Oklahoma tonight, 219 yards rushing. And a flag.
Came from all the way in the secondary. Late in the play. Back judge Chris Alston, I believe, threw it.
After the play was over, dead ball, personal foul, offense, number 5. That's a 15-yard penalty, down count, second down.
Deron Neal.
Now, you mentioned earlier in the game, Gus, about the good job, I think it was Quentin Spain did, of not retaliating. On that play, Deron Neal retaliated. And what always happens in this game? Second guy gets caught.
2nd and 21. In a chippy affair. Perine. They got him going laterally. A little easier to bring down.
When he doesn't have his momentum going forward, just as you noted, running sideways, he doesn't pack the same power. When he puts a foot in the ground and turns up towards the line of scrimmage and gets behind those big shoulder pads, then you've got a lot to deal with.
What do you guys call that? Running downhill?
Running downhill behind your pads.
A 1-yard pickup, 3rd and 20. Knight lines up and incomplete. Carl Joseph covering. So Oklahoma forced to punt it away. Terrific job by the West Virginia defense to hold, although Oklahoma did them a favor or two.
Deron Neal's penalty set them back. And then on that last play, that was probably the best outcome Oklahoma could hope for, because they were totally discombobulated in that play. Lineman looking back at Trevor Knight, play clock winding down. Fortunate to get the play off with no error.
This crowd waiting to get back into this game, but Oklahoma has taken the air out of the stadium. Jed Barnett the punt from the 28. Thompson then to take a bounce and out of bounds. They'll have it at the 14. Fox College Football is sponsored by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you got to get DirecTV. By Chevrolet, find new roads. And by Quicken Loans for a mortgage experience that's engineered to amaze. College football on Fox Sports 1 returns Thursday with the huge Pac-12 showdown between undefeated teams as 12th-ranked UCLA heads to Tempe to take on 15th-ranked Arizona State. Coverage begins Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern only on Fox Sports 1 and streaming live on Fox Sports Go.
Well, that's a pivotal game in the Pac-12 South. See Eric Kendricks, the tackling machine for UCLA. DJ Foster's having a big year running the ball and catching it for Arizona State.
Trickett 5 for his last 11 with 2 interceptions. And also, they fumbled. 1st and 10 at the 14. Trickett wants to run it. Get down, son.
Exactly what Dana Holgorsen would tell him. Whatever you can get, and the rest of it, get down. They cannot afford to lose him. What did he say to us? We go as he goes on offense?
Trickett at about 185 pounds. Last year, he ended the season at 160, so.
Hard to believe, isn't it?
No doubt. 2nd and 7 at the 17. The throw, Trickett checks down to Smallwood out of the backfield. Make that shell. Pardon me. And some great running after the catch by Russell Shell.
Well, he dropped his pads, didn't he, and ran right through a couple of tackles to gain the additional yards and make it 3rd and short. He gave them a chance on 3rd down with determined running.
3rd down and 1. Shell again, and 1st down.
He earned that one, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And you can see that West Virginia now is playing offensively with a sense of urgency.
And
their
they have
defense
to.
has done a terrific job.
They have to, because the defense has done all they can, really, and they've got to get their defense a little bit of rest the way Oklahoma's been coming at them. And obviously, points necessary for West Virginia on this drive.
1st and 10 at the 27. Trickett. Near side. Ooh, he put some hot sauce on that one, folks. Kevin White. Trickett with a quick release, and his arm's a little stronger than you think.
And Elijah Wellman, excellent pass protection on Geno Grissom. Remember, Geno beat him for the sack. That time, Wellman won the battle and allowed Trickett to throw it downfield.
2nd and 3 at the 34. Trickett again. And it's Alford. Alford breaks the tackle. Striker throws him out of bounds.
Trickett's pass.
13-yard gain.
Mario Alford's position in high school was quarterback. When he went to prep school at Georgia Military Academy, he played running back. And he showed his skills on that play, the run after catch.
Alford over 100 yards and a touchdown. 1st and 10 at the 47. Trickett looking, and this time it's Wellman. And Wellman won't get back to the line of scrimmage. OU bringing pressure. Jordan Evans with the stop for OU.
Let's see if West Virginia stays in these tight formations with wide receivers split out, trying to draw the people closer to the center of the field with the ball, where the ball is, and let the receivers operate one-on-one outside.
And a handoff. It's Shell. And you know who I think has played an excellent game? Kevin White has 7 catches for 147 yards and a touchdown. But I tell you what, Zach Sanchez, it's been tough for him, but he has competed.
Oh, and that's one of the big parts of his nature. You talk to his high school coach, he'll tell you his competitive nature is some of the best he's ever seen.
Now Trickett over the middle, right. Sanchez with the tackle, what a 1st down, and now they're going at it. They are going at it. Terrific matchup. Kevin White, Zach Sanchez. Sanchez does have an interception, but you're talking about maybe one of the best receivers in the nation.
And remember, Sanchez dislocated his shoulder against Tulsa. Makes it harder for him to tackle.
Shell. Ambush from behind by Tapper.
Offensive line for West Virginia starting to get involved again, aren't they? They're not small people up there in the inside either. Mark Lewinsky, 312 pounds. Quentin Spain, 332. They're starting guards.
2nd and 7 at the 37. Play fakes. Trickett steps up and is sacked. Great job by Quentin Hayes. Third sack of the evening, and it looks like the offensive lineman will be eating burgers tonight.
Molly McGrath told us the story about if West Virginia wins the game and they give up 1 sack or fewer, Clint Trickett takes them out to a Japanese steakhouse. Anything more than that? Burgers.
.9:25 to play in the fourth quarter. Let's go to Los Angeles for a game break.
All right, Gus, thanks. Trouble in the Bayou for number 8 LSU after 2 late touchdowns for the Tigers. Final play, chance for the win. Hail Mary from Brandon Harris, but Will Redmond picks it off. Mississippi State gets her first win at LSU since 1991. Back to you guys.
Wow, that's a huge win for Dan Mullen and his Bulldogs. The SEC West, the Mississippi schools think that they can have an effect on it. Mississippi State and Ole Miss think they can win the West in the SEC.
Third down and 13 for West Virginia. Trickett in trouble. Gets it away. Thompson. And he will not pick up the first down. He gets 10. But it looks like it's 4-down territory for the Mountaineers.
Gotta be. Be a long field goal from there. Time ticking down on them the way Oklahoma's run the ball. Time to go get it.
Fourth down. Here's Trickett. Dancing. Trickett. And incomplete. Eric Stryker there. Trickett. Getting up slowly. West Virginia turns it over on down. All right, a second half recap. Oklahoma has been dominant.
And look at that. Samaje Perine has announced his presence with authority. Clint Trickett can't capitalize the way he did in the first half. Quentin Hayes with a big interception downfield. And guess who again going to the end zone? Perine, and then Geno Grissom on a big rush knocks the ball free from Clint Trickett. Too many mistakes for West Virginia, down 11 as we go down the stretch.
First down and 10 at the 35 for Knight. And it's Perine slicing through. A 9-yard gain. You hear the players saying all day. They're going to run it all day.
The size of these backs, you haven't seen consistent size like this since the man they called all day while at Oklahoma, which was Adrian Peterson. And remember, Keith Ford, who's the starting running back, has a broken fibula. He's not even here on the trip. Alex Ross, Samaje Perine have carried the load tonight.
Second and 1 at the 44. Perine, 25 carries, 172 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And he'll run it again. Trying to lean forward to pick up the first down. Looks like he may be a tad bit short. And we've been calling Oklahoma games for the last few years. Different kind of team, different kind of offense, rather.
And we've seen the evolution, because when we first started calling these games, they kept talking about we want to evolve back into a more physical, powerful team, because they had been much more finesse-oriented throwing the ball. And starting this drive, 35 pet runs and 30 passes on the night for Oklahoma.
Third down and 1. Perine, the deep man. Behind Knight. He hands it to him. First down.
Yeah, it was a process, wasn't it, Gus?
Yes, it was.
Because when we first started, they were much more inclined on 3rd and short to try and throw the football. Now 3rd and short, they're thinking much more, we're going to run it. The offensive line got bigger and stronger. And there's Josh Heupel, play caller in the white shirt. Pretty good player when he was at OU, wasn't he?
Rumored to possibly be going to SMU.
Well, he's a lifelong football guy, the son of a coach. Groomed in the game, runner-up to the Heisman when they won the national championship in 2000.
Bob Stoops Came into this game 1 win away from becoming the first coach to register 100 regular season Big 12 victories. Just a tremendous coach. First down and 10. P-Ryan again. Look at the big fella go. First down. Freshman, folks. True freshman grounding and pounding the West Virginia defense. Man, but this offensive line, terrific job.
Look at the left side. Watch what happens coming to the left. Ripkowski 48 in the hole. There's Tyrus Thompson 71. Shed 74 getting to the second level. And then Deron Neal out on the perimeter. The wide receiver trying to get involved.
21-yard gain. First down. And Trevor Knight will take his time.
Yeah, they're starting to milk it now. They're looking at the clock. They don't want to snap it until they're under 5 seconds on the play clock.
P-Ryan again looking for 200 yards. Outside. Stiff arm leans forward. Another first down. He has now gone over 200 yards rushing, 28 carries, 209, and 3 scores. Look at this cut.
I mean, the vision of the young man, too. We talked about how much he likes to run the contact. How about him freezes him in the hole, gets outside, then the cut back inside on Jeremy Tyler before he finishes the run. And Oklahoma not afraid to ride the hot hand of the freshman carrying the ball now. Look at that, almost 7 yards per carry for OU this evening.
First down and 10 at the West Virginia 19. P-Ryan. And you know, Bob Stoops doesn't normally talk about freshmen, but he talks about this kid.
And it didn't take much prodding, did it? Coach, we've heard about this young man, and you know, we're trying to get the pronunciation down. Samad, yeah, he said P-Ryan. Yeah, he's very good.
And that is classic Coach Stoops. So understated, wry sense of humor.
I love it. Isn't it great? Strong, tough, fast. It's good. Okay,
good.
Thank you,
yeah.
Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Second and 10 of the 19. P-Ryan running left. P-Ryan at the 10. Touchdown. Samaje P-Ryan is 4th touchdown of the night. And as coaches always like to say in situations like this, Bob Stoops went out and got him one. This kid is fantastic. Extra point, good. Michael Honeycutt now the all-time leading scorer in Oklahoma history, but more importantly, the Sooners running it like they used to. Billy Sims, Marcus Dupree, Samaje P-Ryan, baby. Fox College Football is sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports. A bunch of happy Sooners because their team has come in and played some excellent football, especially in the second half, 45-27. Samaje P-Ryan, 31 carries, 228 yards, 4 touchdowns. The last Oklahoma freshman to rush for over 200 yards. That man, Adrian Peterson, 240 in 2004.
That was the year he finished runner-up for the Heisman. It's the 4th game of P. Ryan's career. Game 4.
And I give the coaching staff at Oklahoma, led by Bob Stoops, a lot of credit because they've changed their style almost overnight.
Yeah, they've been working on it since probably about 2011, but it's all come together now. Massive offensive line that averages 326 pounds amongst its starters. Running backs that are all well over 200 pounds now. P. Ryan's a 243 at about a 5'11" frame. Hank Ross is in the 220s. Keith Ford, 215. So all of them pack some punch behind those big offensive linemen now. 289 yards. Hurting the rock tonight for OU.
1st and 10 at the 25 for West Virginia. 4:30 to go, and there's a defense. Again, this time striker and a flag on the play.
Offside. Defense. Number 82, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. First down.
All right, here we go, folks.
Wish us luck.
Obo is his name.
There you go.
Ogranquo.
Ogbanya Ogranquo. They call him Obo, and we like that.
Jimmy Smith running now.
You know, it's funny, we talked about before the game, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
And I said, you know, the beauty is, Gus, he's only had one tackle for the season. And you said, yeah, every time you say that, here he comes.
That's right.
You were right.
Ogbanyo Ogranquo. But we were told that we could call him Obo after we mentioned his name the first time. And Trickett throws on the move. And it's caught on the far side. And this time it's Da'Keel Shorts. And Mike Stoops, I think, the defensive coordinator for Oklahoma, has to be given a lot of credit. His team has come up with some timely stops, and he's made some awesome adjustments for the second half.
Yeah, I thought in the second half, as we finished this play here.
And this is Smith.
I thought in the second half they went to more of a coverage scheme, and then he changed up who he brought pressure with. Remember the big sack by Quentin Hayes? They still played coverage downfield where they had man coverage with a free safety in the middle, but they took the normal safety Hayes and ran him upfield, and he blitzed and made a huge play. Good change up by Mike Stoops.
And they'll run it, Jimmy Smith. And Smith picks up the first down. And I love when you asked him the question, you said, so you're calmer and you're more gentle this year. What happened? Who is this guy? He said, hey, when you have players like I have, you don't have to really say very much.
Yeah, you're a lot calmer, because last year they had to do a lot more teaching because they had moved fully to the 3-4. This year, the second year in it with an experienced team, 9 starters returning, not as much teaching involved.
White, Sanchez stops him.
Trickett's pass complete to.
Here's how much calmer he is right here.
Zach Sanchez.
Wow. From Mike Stoops, that is the epitome of calm and tranquil.
Smith.
Now, let this ball end up in the end zone. Let's see. See if we get the same look out of coach.
Remember, this game was tied at 24 at halftime. Oklahoma yielding only 3 points in the second half. Outscoring West Virginia 21-3 as Kevin White gets out of bounds. Nice run after the catch.
I want to be very fair to Zach Sanchez here. I think he is playing hurt. You know, he dislocated shoulder against Tulsa.
Look at that shoulder.
You know, and he is out there doing the best he can. Hard for him to wrap up. And that's why Kevin White's able to run through a good number of his tackles.
Not even using that right arm. And Smith, touchdown. Yes, it is. 2:12 to go. 45-33.
See if they go for 2 here to make it a 10-point game. I would imagine they would.
Smallwood comes back in the game as Smith scores the touchdown.
We saw Dreamer Smith last year with a 75-yard touchdown run against Oklahoma, put the first points of the game on the board.
Didn't get a lot of touches
The rolling
tonight.
on the field was a touchdown. The previous play is now under further review.
Good job with the straight arm. And a second one, almost a lost art. And that certainly appears to be a touchdown as the ball's breaking the plane. And he's still in bounds. See there? His foot hasn't touched the white. That should be a touchdown.
And Sanchez, you know, we'd like to see him taken out of the game now. He can't even use his right arm.
He's playing hurt, and he's playing with fortitude. You know, he stayed out there and fought
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
Because as you've noted, I've noted, it's been a tough night for him out there on the corner. He's not making the normal plays he can make. Because, look, you're going to get some catches against you when Kevin White's out there. He's one of the best receivers in the country. But he's not able to come up and finish the play. White catches the ball. He runs through him. He runs around him because he can't grip. Look at him holding the shoulder, carrying it delicately, but not wanting to come out of the football game.
Wow, what
He's
a
a
tough
competitor.
kid. That is a tough kid there. West Virginia going for 2. White in motion. They find him. And incomplete. Stryker delivers a blow. 45-33 to score. 2:12 to play. Mike Stoops. Oh, that's a guy we remember. 45-33. Oklahoma. 2:12 to go. West Virginia continues to fight. They felt that this was their night on their home field with a quarterback and an offense that's been putting up big numbers. 5th-ranked passing offense in the nation. Game tied at 24 at halftime, but the second half a totally different story.
Oklahoma's been there so many times. Bob Stoops goes into the halftime. Guys, let's just get back to our game. And you know the onside kick coming down. They've got 2 kickers on the field. So Oklahoma has to guess at which side it's going to come from. It's that Molinari and Lambert.
But finally claimed by Shepard. Sterling Shepard on the hands team.
Yeah, Dimitri Flowers, 36, had the first shot at it, and it bounced off of him. And Shepard alertly jumps on the loose ball. See Flowers there, and Shepard attacks the football and comes up and gets it. That's what you have to do on onside kicks. You can't wait for it to come to you. You have to go get it, and he did exactly that. Coach Holgorsen wanted that onside kick, give his team another opportunity.
Oklahoma back on the field. 498 yards in total offense, 289 yards rushing, 209 yards passing. Samaje Perine has gone over 200 yards. He'll run it. Let's go to Los Angeles for a game break.
Gus, thanks. Let's go to Tallahassee. #1 Florida State struggling without their suspended Heisman winner. First and goal for Clemson. Deshaun Watson, 2-yard touchdown. The Tigers lead 17-10 in the 4th. Back to you.
Personally, I thought Florida State would come together today and play their best game of the year. And Clemson came into this with the whole thing. You remember their attitude was, it doesn't matter who plays. We've had guys not play because of injuries and all that. It's who plays. And look at this top 25 recap. Florida State trailing by 7 at home. LSU lost at home to Mississippi State. It's been a tough day. Missouri loses at home to Indiana. The Big Ten loves that victory.
Second charge timeout. Oklahoma. 30-second timeout.
So let's take a look at our FS Live play of the game. Tough one here. Lot to pick from. But this is it. 100 yards for Alex Ross.
Remember, West Virginia just scored to make it 24-17 not long before the first half would come to a conclusion. And Alex Ross goes 100 yards. Is that play the one? Find out later on Fox Sports Live.
Alex Ross, great overall game, 131 return yards, 206 yards in total offense. And then there's this young man standing behind Trevor Knight, Samaje Perine, over 200 yards rushing and 4 scores. Perine breaks the tackle, and look at true freshman, smart enough to stay in bounds.
Oh, the football IQ comes to the front there, doesn't it, Gus?
And what also impresses me about Samaje is that they're confident in him enough to let him play on passing downs, and his pass protection is very good.
I love the observation, because how many times have you heard that in the course of your career? You can't put him on the field yet because he doesn't have pass protection down. The quarterback's going to get hit. And we're like, yeah, but he might run for 250. You might want to hand it to him. Well, as you noted, he's able to do it all.
239 yards rushing. Adrian Peterson had 240 as a freshman. He picks up 3 there, 242 yards rushing for Samaje Perine. The tank, they call him. And he gave us a perfect illustration as to why he was given that nickname.
Mature, mature, mature. You hear all the guys say he looks like it. I think one of the players said he looks it in the face as well. He came into the weight room in the spring, I guess, and Perine was in there working out. And one of the Oklahoma players went to the strength coach, Jerry Schmidt, and said, hey, whose dad's in here working out? And was serious.
And that's it, 45-33, the final score. Samaje Perine over 240 yards rushing, and Bob Stoops becomes the first coach to register 100 regular season Big 12 victories. (45-33) the final. 4th-ranked Oklahoma. Second half dominates. (45-33) the final. Oklahoma defeats West Virginia on the road to remain undefeated. The star for tonight was a young man from Pflugerville, Texas by the name of Samaje Perine, a true freshman who ran for over 240 yards and 4 touchdowns. And moments ago, he spoke with our Molly McGrath.
Samaje, you ran over West Virginia's defense for 4 touchdowns, over 200 yards. Physically, how are you feeling right now?
Tired, very tired. But, you know, my O-line did a great job opening up holes, and I'm just thankful, you know, that those guys, they work every day the way they do, and we came out with the win.
This is just your 4th career game. Should Oklahoma fans be getting used to seeing some more performances like this?
They should. You know, when Keith went down, you know, I just had to do my part and step up, me and A. Ross, and I feel we did a really good job tonight.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Smart young man, understands. Take care of those big guys up front who help open up the holes, but he opens up a few on his own as well.
All right, the final score here in Morgantown. Oklahoma 45, West Virginia 33. Over on Fox Sports 1 right now, San Diego State is taking on Oregon State. Coming up next, except on the West Coast, it's your late local news. Bob Stoops gets his 100th career Big 12 win. Congratulations to Coach Stoops and the Oklahoma Sooners. For Charles Davis and Molly McGrath, I'm Gus Johnson saying so long from Morgantown, West Virginia.
We got to do one.